We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stutter and Craig. No, you don't get the 96-ounce Coke Zeros blabs.
Yo, my androids, what's up?
And straight from the hood, Phoenix.
It's really enjoyable as an adult male to shit your pants.
And now, broadcasting from our homes around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers.
Okay, ready?
Oh, welcome out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com, and most importantly, SideScrollersPlus.com. What's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday to you. Hi, Stutter and Craig. Great to see everybody. Glad to be back. Man, was that a long week? Longest I've been away. But man, did Blabs in Phoenix hold it down? I think, because I honestly haven't watched a second of it. Blabs, did you do a good job?
I think so.
Oh, good. Chat,
so.
let us know. Let us know how she did.
Just so you know, though, every time that we played the Rumble Wallet ad, we'd be like, Craig came back from the dead! And then you would just die again right after. So you were sort of there.
I do appreciate that every time I'm gone, you just let me know that I am dead.
Yeah.
Which is good.
All the
Which will
time.
actually tie into a story we had today, Blabs, actually. I don't know if you saw that. We're going to be talking about dead YouTubers.
Oh, that? Yeah, okay.
Oh,
That's
yes.
exciting.
Oh, yes. Oh, boy, is it. Boy, is it.
Dead bodies.
Taken off yesterday from Madrid, Spain. There was a little bit of turbulence to the point to where everyone was giving each other. My daughter described it best. My 11-year-old described it best. Actually, 12-year-old today.
Happy birthday! Tell her I said happy birthday! I was basically there last year when she turned 11. So that's ironic. Happy birthday, Taylor. I said that. If you don't, I'll be mad.
Okay.
Good.
Listen, if anybody wants to hear happy birthday from you, it is definitely her.
Yeah.
Because she loves you.
She's cool.
She's also 12, just like you.
We can be twins!
But while we were taking off, it was one of those where you're sitting there and you're like,
Fun.
and like my daughter was giving my wife the side eye. She's doing one of these things and nobody wants to say anything, but you're like,
Everything's fine. Plain talk.
Everything's fun. Yeah.
You didn't make it on plain talk. That's great.
The only question is, would I get the real intro or the Lego intro?
Oh, you get the Lego intro.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't that be very fitting if I got my own plain talk segment and it's like, well, Craig's dead.
Yeah.
That would have been rough. Well, glad to be back. Very, very stoked to be joining everybody today. We have a couple wonderful guests joining us today. Joining us all the way from the internet.com. Please put your hands together for Rev. Hello, Rev.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back, Craig.
Thank you. Glad to be here. We're going to have vacation talk shortly. Rev, where's the furthest you've traveled away from the United States?
Aruba.
Jamaica.
Ooh, I want to take you.
Yay!
Waiting on that one. Hey, Beach Boys represent. And
I love the Beach Boys.
The older I get, the more I appreciate the Beach Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Beach Boys are spectacular, for sure. Aruba, did you just go on vacation or what?
It was a cruise.
Man, cruises. We're going to have cruise talk today as well.
Cruise talk.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious. Strawb, have you ever, do you know who the Beach Boys are?
That's so mean, dude.
I've heard of the Beach Boys before.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, they're surfers, right?
yeah, they go on the beach and they're boys on the beach.
Yeah, there's boys on the beach,
Yeah, well,
that's
the
right.
beach balls.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not thinking about the same people. Musical group, Strawb? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
They performed at the 4th of July show last summer in DC. I watched it on the TV and I'm like, how old are they? And there's some other guys basically filling in. They sound great still, though.
Fun fact, Beach Boys with Weird Al, the first concert I've ever went to as a child.
Wow.
I know.
That did
Relax,
something to your
everybody.
brain chemistry. I think.
Yes, it did. It did. But it's funny because the Beach Boys, they were huge in the 50s and 60s. And then they saw an entire renaissance in the late 80s, early 90s because of Full House. Full House, like they propped him up so big. You guys remember watching Full House and seeing them? Like,
yes.
Yeah, we watch all the time still.
We watch it like constantly.
Yeah.
One of my
Full
favorite
House.
shows.
Did you watch Fuller House at all, Strawb?
I did watch Fuller House. I mean, obviously it wasn't as good, but I had to watch it because I love Full House so much.
Yeah, if Full House is like a 9 out of 10, then Fuller House is like a 7.
6.
But
I would
it's
say like
fine.
6, 7. Like it was like
Oh no!
6. Oh no, I said 6, 7 again. I keep doing it.
Just wait for that for later.
Oh boy.
But I've
Dang it,
never
Strawb.
left the country actually.
No?
No, I'm afraid.
Well, I'll tell you, I can't wait to tell you about my experience leaving the country and several things that I learned while being away. But I'll tell you what, someone who I learned from before leaving the country was actually the true star of side scrollers. Everyone, please put your hands together. I'm so fortunate to have him on our show every day, but today in particular, it's his birthday. Everyone, please, straight from the hood, it's Phoenix. Hello, Phoenix.
That is correct. Thank you. Yes, that is true. Your daughter and me, we share the same birthday, and I think that's wonderful. I think mine may be a little bit more important, a little bit, but hey, I like to share the birthday wealth where I can.
I'll also be telling that to my daughter later today.
I am the most hated person on the crew now. Yeah.
No, she loves you too. But I did learn a lot from Phoenix actually before we went to Italy. We went to Rome, and Phoenix said, "Wait, I need to go to Saint Basilica's Cathedral," and we'll talk about that here in a second. But first and foremost, glad you're with us today. If you are new, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Join the 145,000 just normal men who have found us over on youtube.com/sidescrollers and the nearly 49,000 who have found us over at rumble.com/sidescrollers. We're also live over on Kick, over on Twitch. And of course, you can find the show over on Spotify. But most importantly, friends, over on sidescrollersplus.com, which is a great place to watch all the fun things. We're going to be locking in our content schedule for the third quarter here this week. Phoenix and I are going to talk about that. Very excited. And we're going to lock that in and deliver you guys some really good stuff. Give you guys a lot of value for your support of the show. We have a showdown today. I'm just looking at it for the first time on the run sheet. So this says continued best medium. What is this about?
So yesterday, since we had a new guest on, I wanted to do something that was pretty much for everyone to participate in. So I decided to come up with a showdown of the best medium. So it was books versus movies. Like, what is your favorite one? And so books won yesterday. So now it's books versus video games as a medium.
Oh, well, you just spoiled it.
Oh, yeah.
Phoenix?
Well, I wonder what it could be. Let me press the button.
In today's mystery contest of Side Scroller Showdown, something we'll never be able to recover from, it is books versus video games.
What a surprise.
What a surprise. All right. Strawb, you got any thoughts on that? Books versus video games?
I'm not the hugest. I mean, everyone knows I'm not the hugest gamer, so I would say books personally. But between books and movies, I'm not gonna lie, I would go movies. I watch like a movie a day.
Wow. Okay. I want to get into that here in just a second, but before we do, Rev, books versus movies.
This is a very tough one, actually. I think I'm going to go with video games. I think it's more of a consistent presence in my life. Of course, books are important. Reading is important. I like vidya. What can I say?
Reading is, as they say, fundamental. Right? Phoenix, you get that reference, I'm sure.
Totally get it.
Rev, I'm sorry, Phoenix, books versus video games.
Oh, I really want to say books, but I'm not going to say books. I'm going to say games. I think the interactive nature of games. So obviously, look, there are arcade games; those are fun and stuff like that. But you can tell really incredible stories with an interactive element to it that I think can heighten storytelling to another level. So I will go with games, as much as I hate myself for saying.
I personally would go with games because I think books are gay.
Oh, there's also that. There's also that
Books
one.
are for nerds.
Everybody loves books except for me.
It was called Reading Rainbow. I mean, you can't get gayer than that.
Great point, Phoenix. Thank you
you.
for letting everybody know.
Good nostalgia.
Oh yeah, Reading Rainbow. Great stuff right there, man. Great stuff. So there it is. Books versus video games. Let us know in the
Thanks for
comments.
asking my opinion, Craig. I really appreciate it. The only one not have answered, as fucking usual. Anyway, I like books. There's Phoenix.
Well, Harry Potter. I mean, I would.
Wow.
Oh no, but like I love reading books. Like even as a kid, I was reading a fuck ton of books every year. But don't forget, I won a book competition. I got a pizza or a sundae or a lava. Oh, it was a bagel, I think. So yeah.
You're starting to get tripped up on your lies.
I can't remember what it was because I won so many things when I was a kid.
The prize
Okay,
just
can we
got
just stop?
sadder
Can
and
we just
sadder.
stop down for a second? No, Blas, hold on.
Were you
Did
a
see-
class of one?
Did you hear what she said? She goes, I forgot what I won because I won so many things as a kid.
Based.
Blabs, the ultimate bragger, coming on the show. Unbelievable.
Well, it's
really.
true. I did like a
What's that?
spelling bee
Well, it's
competition. I
What
got
did
a
you say?
book competition. I was very competitive as a kid. You can ask Phoenix. I still kind of am. So
Hold on.
yeah.
Look, she has her trophies in the background. let's see it behind your head. What's behind your head? Oh, I thought there was a trophy behind there. Okay.
There's a goblet of fire, eggs.
Oh, my fault.
Come on, Craig, don't be ridiculous.
Which she won from the book reading competition. That's right.
Yeah.
Listen,
Well,
I
Blas-
get it though. I was the same way. I feel like I was very competitive as a kid with things like that, and like I feel like I was always trying to like. I feel like I was trying to like prove something to I don't know somebody. Like it was kind of toxic, honestly.
Yeah, this is like a therapy topic.
I like food.
What?
No. I don't know. I was thinking about all the food that I won.
I like
As a kid,
turtles.
I really like eating food. Yeah.
Where the hell did that? We're talking about books versus video games, and you
I
decided
like
to come in with
crayons.
some nom. I'm just eating them. Nom, nom,
I
nom.
miss pizza and stuff. I haven't had that in a minute.
And
You
what
can't have
flavor is the best
pizza?
crayon, Blabs?
I know. I never ate them. I'm the one who didn't eat the crayons as a kid, and I
But
also
you
didn't
can
eat the
get
glue
pizza.
either.
You can go get a pizza.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. I had lots of pizza this past week, and I'll tell you what. I've come back a few pounds heavier. I'll tell you that much. I'm a fatty today, as the kids say. Have you heard the phrase "big backed"? That's the new thing. My daughter says, "Hey, you look like a big back when you come back with 2 plates of food from the buffet on the cruise." It's crazy. I don't know, Blabs. Don't give me that crazy look. It is true. So we're gonna get
I mean,
into
but you
vacation
probably
talk.
walked it all off because you walked a fuck ton, right?
Well, we'll get to that in just a second.
Unless
But
you're
first,
a real fat ass and you just didn't walk.
Oh no. Hold on. Fifth Down Deets came in with
Mobility
$20. No, I don't care what the showdown is. Put this on ranch dressing or whatever Strawb picks. She has superior taste over the rest of you. Oh, well, I guess it goes to books then, right?
No, I said. Oh
Today?
yeah. Because it's between books and video games. Yeah.
Yeah, books and video games. Well, we're not doing the ranch dressing thing today, unfortunately. Thank you very much, Fifth Down Deets. That's spectacular. Sarai came in too. Says, Strawb, how could you invoke the plight that is 6'7"?
This is like the 3rd time I've done it. Like I did it on Rev Stream like twice now by accident, and I don't even know. It's not intentional, but like I just happen to be saying numbers, and it happens to. I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's okay. We'll just slowly look past it. Diddley Doodler came in with 5. Says, friend Schmal on YouTube just got struck with for harassment after doing a stream talking about contacting Offkai and the California AG in regards to Fansley's booth of the 13 plus haul off of Offkai. Wow, Diddley Doodler, that sucks. On a totally unrelated side note, we also got hit with a strike for cyberbullying while I was gone, and we watched it. But I hadn't seen the clip. I logged into YouTube and was like, "Hey, guess what? You have been hit for cyberbullying." First, I was a little upset because I wasn't a part of the show. Second, we watched it, and wouldn't you know it?
Did you want to join in on the bullying? Was that what you were upset about?
That's a weird thing to say.
guys,
It wasn't fair,
wait for
damn
me.
it.
I guess kind of wanted to be a part of it, but we watched it, and on this panel, one person was responsible for it. Was it Strawb?
I wasn't
Was
here.
it Rev? I know. But no, you're on this panel.
Was
it Phoenix? It was Blabs.
You're welcome.
So we have another 90 days probation. here, which we got to be good boys and girls. Otherwise, we'll lose the ability to.
For clarification,
stream on
though,
YouTube.
we watched it and I didn't say anything bad.
That happened
No,
to
honestly-
Rev one time, didn't it? Didn't that happen to you when you were talking about that one guy that was?
Yeah, I was
really
talking
a
about
predator?
EDP 445, and I said he should go to jail, and they said, "Oh yeah, take a week vacation, buddy."
Well, we have a 90-day vacation. We're on probation right now. Have to be good little boys and girls. And if we're not, we lose the ability to stream, which would really suck because we like streaming over on YouTube. But with that said, that's another reminder why watching over on Side Scrollers Plus or Rumble or Kick or even Twitch is a great thing to do, because we cannot rely solely on YouTube, because we say things like boys are boys and girls are girls. And that is what gets us hit for cyberbullying and harassment, which is crazy. Young Stov came in with 2, says, for games, some amazing stories I love. Shh, blabs. $2 for games. Christmas Loving Engineer says, I used to like reading, but then school book reports ruined them for me, and I despise reading now. $10 for video games all day. Emperor Clavosaurus came in with a massive $50 super chat. Says, welcome back to Remedial Reading Camp, Craig. By the way, you misspelled my name. Appreciate that. Doubtless, you're now the paragon of... Oh, why are you going to make me read this? Doubtless, you're now the paragon of perspicacity, the exemplar of elocution, and the doyen of diction. $50 for video games from Emperor Clavosaurus right there. And thank you for that, for putting my dialect to the test and text. I'm going to get Emperor Clavosaurus on the wall. Look at that. We got a greenie right off the bat. And Blaz, why don't you get these while you put Emperor Clavosaurus on the wall, please?
Okie dokies. Cryptic for 10 says, as a Marine, I can confirm the red crayons are the best tasting. For games, that's $10 for games. B for 5 says, Leaflet finally started streaming to Rumble. When will Rev and strawb?
They did email me recently.
Right?
I'll get you hooked up with the right people, okay, Rev?
Okay.
And Mr. Big for 5 says, the boss is back. Everyone look busy. Books, we gotta teach the kids how to read or else we are cooked. That's 5 for the books. What are you...
Look at Phoenix. Just Phoenix was looking busy over there.
There's a little dog parade going outside my window right now.
Oh, well, then you naturally did the right
do
thing.
that.
Yeah, there's a little dog parade.
Ah.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. All right. Well, thank you guys very much for your support. We will read all your super chats, direct donations, and Rumble rants throughout the duration of the show. Very glad to be back. Should we? We're going to do a little bit of vacation talk here, a little recap, and we do have a segment today. Since I have been totally out of the loop, Blabs has put together 9 stories that will catch me up very quickly.
Yeah, and a bonus one.
And a bonus. Nice. All right. Sounds good. But first, everyone buckle your seatbelts, friends. It's time to get on the plane. Where are you, Plane Talk intro?
We're doing
I'm
plane
not-
talk?
Yeah. Well, I'm going on vacation, right?
Yeah, I didn't know we were going to do that. Good.
Well, why not? Let's do it.
Good.
Plane Talk. Okay, so I went on vacation for the past couple of weeks. It's the longest vacation I've taken in a long time. I went to Italy. I went to Rome for 3 days. This, by the way, this is like the once-in-a-lifetime vacation that you go on, and you're like, remember that vacation when? And that's kind of how we treated that. So spent 3 days in Rome. And then I got on a boat to go as my first cruise as an adult. I went on a Mediterranean cruise. And on that cruise, we went to Greece. We went to Turkey. We went to Italy again. And then we also went to somewhere else. But either way, it was spectacular. It was a 10 out of 10 trip all the way until the last day where my flight was delayed and got bumped an extra day in Rome. But that's neither here nor there. I want to talk about the positives. First and foremost, first time visiting Italy. And Blabs, let me tell you this. Every single stereotype about Italians is true. When I talk about how Italians talk with their hands and everything that sounds so loud and everybody sounds so angry, everybody sounds so pissed off in Italy at all times. And they could be saying the nicest thing to each other. They could be talking about what a great day it is in Italy, but they sound like they're yelling at each other, and they constantly. I saw this lady on TV, and I was just watching her mannerisms. Like the idea of people using their hands the entire time that they spot this thing here is so real. I'm just saying, I experienced it in 4K, Blabs, surrounded by Italians. So first impression, the stereotypes of all Italians is true. Blabs, your thoughts?
I don't know what you want me to say. Like,
Do-
we're loud.
Do
yes.
you feel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay.
Have you
Loud.
met me?
Loud. Sound angry at all times. Okay. Sounds okay.
Sometimes.
I was just
No,
going to say
go
real
figure.
quick, like even like, so, you know, Blabs is like directly from the boat, like her family directly from the boat. I am not, my family is not, but the hand movement, constant hand movement is handed down. All of us do it, as much as like I'm that far removed from Italy. It's everyone in my family always speaking with their hands, with everything. I don't necessarily do this, but I always am moving my hands like crazy. It's just embedded in the culture.
I'm basically in the same boat, by the way.
Oh yeah.
And Strawb knows I talk with my hands a lot, especially when I'm streaming. No one can see it. I have no arms present here.
I have no evidence.
I'm going and going.
Okay. So good. We can confirm this is real. I just thought it was some sort of like funny thing, right? And that's why I do it on the show and talk like this. But very true. Okay. So the thing you hear about Italy, pizza, pasta, Italian food. I watch Food Network in Italy, right? They have the Italian version of Food Network. I kid you not. I watched 10 recipes. Every single one of them was making pasta. Every single one of them. It was like,
Because there's so many ways you can make pasta.
you put the pasta
Limitless.
in the water. You let it boil. Then you put the sauce in it, and they'll go, bellissimo. Oh, it's wonderful, or whatever. And it was like watching a rerun, just with different faces every single
Well,
time.
let me guess. There was
spectacular.
like a handful of ingredients.
Yes. Now I will say this: Italian food, incredibly simple. Incredibly simple. It did give me an appreciation for the amount of stuff that we have in the United States. Like that. If there's one thing that I took from the trip to Europe, it's I wish I should put an American flag flying behind me. It's how fucking great America is. American exceptionalism is true. We got great wide roads to be on. We got Chipotle on the corner. We got this over here. We got Olive Garden over here. We got all the foods to choose from. Everything, anything you want. Where over there is tiny little roads. By the way, super quaint. And I'll say this. I learned that Italy and most of Europe, spectacular to look at. Beautiful places. Not so fun to be at, if that makes sense, right? It looks better than it is. And maybe that's just because I'm so, well, I guarantee that's why. I'm so used to being, I'm an American, damn it, right? So I definitely felt the American exceptionalism there. So Blabs, I told you, I texted you in particular. And I said,
You actually texted me when we were live. I made an announcement.
I?
I'm like, Craig texted me about pasta.
I did. Now, Phoenix, do you remember when Blabs made us the spaghetti carbonara? And we had that at the Rumble House together. Do you remember that? Where
I do recall.
She was very, very particular about it. Now, I went to the local joint, right? And I realized I was in a pretty touristy area. This was kind of like a vacation paint by numbers, if you will, like a sampler platter of these cities. And I'm willing to accept that, right? But you ask your tour guide, where should I go? It has the best authentic food. Hey, I know a guy. Here we go. Okay. So I went there and I asked the guy between two different dishes. And the waiter said, try the carbonara. Now, Blabs, what is the exact name?
Carbonara.
Oh, that's it? Okay, sounds good. Okay.
Well,
Which
the thing
Can
is,
you
like,
just-
it can be made of different meats. So what I did, I used bacon. I'm sure they didn't do bacon. They probably did
Prosciutto.
prosciutto. Piccolo sponza.
Prosciutto. Prosciutto. And let me tell you this, Blabs. I had it in Rome from an Italian who didn't speak a damn word of English. Yours was better.
Oh.
Thank you. That's nice. I'm kind of
Now,
surprised.
Now, with that said, not my favorite pasta, but it was
It's an acquired thing, I guess.
But I tried it. Right, I tried it. So congratulations, Blabs.
Thank you. They actually use bacon. You said prosciutto. They use prosciutto, so maybe you didn't like the prosciutto.
No, I didn't like the egg. It was so. It was like it's like
No,
eating
but
scrambled
maybe
egg.
they put too much egg for your liking because it's
Well,
always supposed to be like 1 or 2 in the
I
whole
sent you a
thing.
picture of it.
You did. Hang on. Let me look.
Yeah. You can look it up. Either way, so some other places that I hit. Went to the Vatican.
It was
Let
a
me just
lot of
say-
egg, huh?
It's a lot of
Anyway.
egg, yeah. Went to the Vatican, and everyone was like, "You got to go see the Vatican." So I went to the Vatican, and that's where the Pope is and all that. I hated the Vatican. The Vatican was like being, it was like being
Dude,
shoveled.
From what I'm understanding so far, you've just hated all of Italy, right?
No,
You
no,
hated
no.
Like
No,
the
no.
pasta, he hated the Vatican. He thinks it looks beautiful from far away, but not being there.
Blabs,
Like, dude,
Blabs,
what's up?
Blabs? No. This is the best trip I've ever been on.
Okay.
Right? To be clear, I'm giving you the worst before I get to the best.
I
Okay,
was gonna say we're gonna get the good part.
we're gonna get to the good stuff.
I like how I said, we're not
Vatican-
going to talk about the bad stuff. We're about to talk about the good stuff.
I said we're gonna get to the good stuff. Vatican sucked, right? Mainly because there's so many people there. We did the tour guide and everything.
You
and I
went
just felt like
to-
it was being
you-
shoveled through.
Yeah, you went. So every time I've went, I go off season, which is it's a very very different environment. Yeah, you probably went whether it's that huge square and it's just packed with people,
Yes.
and I could imagine that being pretty rough.
Yes, it was horrible. Now, with that said, directly next to the Vatican, because once again, there's no AC in any of this stuff, and I'm just an
Correct.
American who loves his air conditioning. Because
Yeah.
apparently in Italy they think that AC gives you the flu or something.
AC across Europe is hard to come by.
it's all
It's
Europe.
very hard to come by.
Wait, we blasted that shit in the hotel room. So we blasted. It was like going.
You were
in
lucky.
an
I never
igloo at
had
the end of
that.
It was great. But right next to the Vatican was the piece de resistance of the entire trip. Now, Phoenix, before we went, you said, well, actually, I would like for you to repeat what you told me about going there.
Yeah, I said if you basically if there's one place you go to, I said I know you're going to probably want to go to the Coliseum and stuff like that. Yeah, that's great. But really, what you absolutely must go to is St. Peter's there, the Basilica, because when you step in there, if you don't even believe in God, you will when you go in there, and you will see, and you will probably also have a greater appreciation for art too, and what man can do when they are inspired by something higher power than them. It could be a god, it could be a belief, whatever that may be. Because when you step in there, it doesn't make sense how beautiful and how epic scale that place is. And I've never known anyone that walked in there that didn't come out having a greater appreciation for one of the things I just mentioned.
Rev Strawb, have you ever heard of St. Peter's Basilica before?
Yes.
Yeah, I've never been to. I've been to it. We've been to a different basilica. There's only so many basilicas in the world, and they're beautiful.
Yeah, it's breathtaking.
Basilica is essentially just a church, right? It's like a big church. And to say that this is awe-inspiring is an understatement. This is shot with a wide-angle lens right here, what we're watching. But you feel so minuscule in this thing. And we happened to be there when a service was happening. It was very cool to see. It was packed. It was crowded. But everyone was very respectful of what was happening. It was truly awe-inspiring to go in. And I encourage everybody, if you ever have an opportunity to go see St. Peter's, that is a bucket list thing that I didn't know that I needed on my bucket list, but I'm glad that I experienced it because
And pictures don't do it justice. It does not tell the story.
No,
No, it's
it
beautiful.
truly doesn't.
Basilicas is not just a big church. It's the Pope has to give the title basilica to a church, and there's less than 2,000 basilicas in the whole world. And I think there's only 4 major ones or something like that. But there are some in the U.S. as well. There's not that many.
Yeah, it was truly spectacular, and I cannot as bad as the Vatican was. And by the way, the Vatican has a ton of amazing things in it, but it was so hot. I just felt like cattle being put through going to death. That's what it felt like, right? But as bad as the Vatican was, that's how great St. Peter's was. It was easily the most impressive thing that I've seen. And I texted you afterward. I said, I now believe in God. I believe in God, Phoenix.
Yeah, it's hard not to. Yeah.
I was fascinated by the ruins in Italy and specifically in Rome. I thought Rome was spectacular. I could spend, just with the history in Rome, I could spend months there just going to different things and experiencing. I'm a big history guy. I'm fascinated by all that stuff. And I think that's, as you get older, you appreciate that. And, the whole thing of like, how often do you think about the Roman Empire? I'm the reason that joke exists. I think the Roman Empire is spectacular. And we went to the Colosseum, saw it from the outside, didn't go inside, but we saw all the major touristy things in Rome. Then we got on a boat. I said we stopped in Greece. Greece, spectacular. Truly wonderful. If you ever have an opportunity to go to Greece, do it. To say it's picturesque is amazing.
It's beautiful.
Phoenix, I did not know you were such a world traveler.
Yeah, I've been like everywhere. Yeah. I especially like Paris. I basically lived there every weekend. I would go there constantly. I've traveled pretty much to many
Hold
countries.
on.
Yeah.
Hold on. I used to go to Paris every week. What
Nearly.
did you just say?
Yeah,
Okay.
like nearly. Yeah, I would go there constantly. I maybe not literally every week, but I at minimum once a month. Minimum, probably like 3 or 4 times a month. And been to pretty much most places. I haven't been to Russia, but I've been to like Bulgaria. So I've not been to Turkey. I'm kind of curious to see what your thoughts on that were, but many places.
Okay, so of the places that we went, Italy, spectacular. Greece, just wonderful. And I know I'm missing another one in there, but
Turkey?
Greece. Well, I was going to get to Turkey in a second. By the way, I'm scrolling through my photos right now to see if I'm missing any. Oh, we went through the Amalfi Coast as well. We went up.
Yeah.
That was amazing. The lemons there, I've never seen lemons so big. It's from the volcano. But anyways, Turkey. It was a port stop on this cruise that we went to. And, they have these and I actually was kind of excited because apparently the house of the Virgin Mary is there, where she apparently spent the last 11 years of her life. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Now, we didn't do a tour or anything to go see it. So we just got off the boat. And let me just tell you this right now. Turkey it was the biggest shithole that we went to. It was way nicer than the people in that coast city deserve. And I think that's the nicest thing that I can say about it. I felt like the entire time I was about to get shivved. I felt like I was about to get someone was going to try to take something from me or steal money from me. It was just one of those things where Turkey to me on this in particular, and I'm sure this does not reflect well on the entire country, but first impressions are what they are, right? And every single person I spoke to, literally every single person I spoke to about going to Turkey said the exact same thing. They felt unsafe. They felt like they were being judged as they were walking through the streets, and you felt like you were being talked about or scoped out or about to be scammed on. Turkey to me, like 3 out of 10. Not a huge fan of it. So, anyways, it was a great trip. Really, really enjoyed it. But I'll tell you this, I didn't want to touch on this part. I totally went radio silent on all social media, right? Which is going to lead into our next segment. And we were briefly talked about this before. But the one thing that became so abundantly clear as I'm just totally disconnected, and then I bought back into social media a couple days ago, was that everything that we're consuming is so much bullshit. It's so manufactured. It's so fake, and it's so driven by the media. Because when you go around and you see people like these people just trying to make a life living, right? They're out there just doing their thing. They're trying to sell their trinkets to you or whatever. They're trying to make a living so they can buy their next meal or pay their mortgage or whatever. They're just normal people for the most part. But to see the divide that is being thrust on you by the media, and this was true in Europe as well. As I turned on the news, and I couldn't understand a word that they were saying, but the headlines associated with things that they were talking about were slanted extremely left. Everything was anti-Trump. Everything was anti-right. It was so apparent that there is a complex that is pushing all these narratives that in real life doesn't exist, but we are surrounded by it constantly on social media. And Phoenix, you were asking like if, my thoughts on social media prior to the show. What was your question again about that?
Did you now agree that it's like the bane of all existence?
Yeah. I've felt for a long time that when it comes to social media, it's horrible for kids. I think now more than ever, it's horrible for everybody. And the algorithms that we have that are built around catering to, our thoughts and biases only drive a wedge between people. And it was tough, man. It's not that it's tough to see it, but I knew it. But it just to fully detox, if you will, before going into it and just being thrust back into a burning fire that was X. It was pretty eye opening, to say the least. So, have you guys ever experienced that, Rev, Strawb, when you guys took time away from the internet and then you kind of got back on? You're like, whoa, this place sucks.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much anytime we're away touching grass, even for a couple days, you come back and you're just like, wow, life is so much more pleasant without the internet and putting your phone away, even just for a couple days. But yeah, you missed a lot this last week or so. It's been like an extra toxic week or so.
Sounds awesome.
Yay! No, it's like, because like I mentioned before too, I had been like off Twitter and I've been on it a little bit. I still have the app. The app's been deleted like over a month now. And like I would go on occasionally and like there were some things like people were talking about that I kind of chimed in the last few days. But overall, I've been like offline so much. But like when you do come back onto Twitter and you see everyone's right back where you left them. Everyone's still arguing over the same things, or if it's not the same thing, it's something adjacent, and it's just so tiring. Like, isn't everyone just so tired sometimes, like on all sides?
Yeah. And I think that, that's the one thing that I saw immediately. Yeah, I came on and I was like, whoa, like, like this is not how people act and interact unless you're in Turkey, apparently. But yeah, it was just, it was very eye-opening for sure. And I'd love to hear, obviously, y'all's thoughts, chat, if you guys ever left and then come back and you're like, whoa, this place sucks.
I think social media on its smallest level is always reminds me of like if you're with a loved one and you're really cranky in the car and you're just like, oh, I hate Steve. Someone should. I just feel like I want to punch Steve in the face or whatever. And like, blah, 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 and it's so hot and my balls hurt. Whatever the fuck it is that you're complaining about, and you just bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch. Your loved one kind of like, okay, honey, okay, great, let's get you some pizza, we'll relax and this and that. And then you cool down and you go about your day, and then you see Steve in the office and you can shake his hand and move on with your life because you've cooled down. The internet allows you at all times to be that cranky son of a bitch without any guardrails. It's just keep being cranky, and then you're just seeing everyone cranky. And then someone bitching about that makes you more cranky, and then you make a post, and it's just everyone is cranky 24 hours a day. And it's all emotion. And unfortunately, that algorithm loves that emotion and projects that. And then that becomes front-facing news. So it's just this never-ending circle of crankiness bullshit. It's hard to escape from. And it must feel great to have walked away from it and just gotten that week and a half or 2 weeks, whatever, to cool down and just see life for what it is. And it's not anywhere near as hostile as social media makes it out to be.
I agree. The real world is better than social media. And, I feel like for me, it was one of those things where, we do talk about drama and nonsense on this show occasionally, things happen online and we'll talk about it. And it makes me say, like, how can we make the show better? Right. And there will be times where we need to talk about that stuff, but how can we improve the show to where people don't feel drained by listening to it or watching or raging people? How can we improve things there? And we're just talking about what we're seeing, but we're seeing this stuff on social media, and social media is the one driving a lot of this conversation, which ultimately drives us to conversation. So I don't have an answer to that. If I did, I wish I did. What I do have an answer to is I put on like 7 pounds.
Attaboy.
Yeah. And Blabs, you were saying, or maybe it was you, Rev, you were saying like, well, if you're walking all over the place, right? Shouldn't you be burning off those calories? And the answer is not if you out eat how much you've walked off. On average, I was walking like 20,000 steps a day, and I was still able to put on 7 pounds while eating all this carbs and bread and just nom 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 nom. So now I gotta somehow find a way to take all that off. So we're gonna do that.
Well, you're in the right place, America. It's very easy to lose weight in America. So,
yeah, dude, America's awesome.
Real fast, Craig,
right.
and your next one.
Yes.
My next recommendation for you or anyone out there in chat, if there's a place you want to go to, okay, Lake Como. That's where you need to go next.
What is that?
That's in Italy, and that is beauty that cannot be defined. You cannot process it. So the St. Peter's, as far as structural building, architecture, that is the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen in my travels.
Oh, that's Padme and Anakin, right?
That's one of the things, yeah. It's typically like a vacation home for celebrities. A lot of people go there, and there's a reason for it, because you can't process it. Greece, I would say, Craig, is the second closest thing I've ever seen. I've seen to it, but this will always be number one. So if you ever do that, take the family there. Amazing, but there is no English there. This is bring a translator or your app or something, because no one speaks English. Zero.
On that note, thank you for the reminder of this, Phoenix. The final day after we have been, and by the way, it sounds like a great place to go, Lake Como. Blaz, I thought you'd really appreciate this story. The final day that we were there, we've been canceled. We are staying in a hotel put up by good old American Airlines. They have thrust us into a hotel while we wait for our next flight. And I make my way down to the local grocery store with my euros, stumbling through them like a stupid American, trying to count them off, right? And I go through the store and go down and buy some snacks, because we got to get some snacks for the plane ride home, right? And I'm walking back the mile trek back to it, and I get stopped.
And you ate the entire time because you couldn't lose weight.
No. It's that was the endless buffet options on the cruise that was there. But I am stopped out of nowhere by an old Italian grandma who is walking down the streets to me, and she just starts firing off Italian at me, and I'm looking at her with these big wide eyes, having no idea what she's talking to me about. And she looks very pleasant while speaking to me, but I have no idea what she's saying to me. So I bust out my Google Translate app as she is talking to me. And I was very intrigued by what she said to me, because I was only able to, I had it set to English to Spanish because I was talking to somebody in Spanish, and Italy and Spain, there's a little bit of crossover there. So I only got like 50% of what she was saying. With that said, she was either telling me how beautiful I was or how beautiful Italy was. And I thought, number one, it's very odd that she would just go up to a random person and just say how beautiful Italy is, right? Just like, hey, our country is very beautiful, whatever, right?
I mean, you do that to other people, right? You were just saying how great America is, so maybe she was.
Yeah, but I don't just stop people as they're walking down the middle of the street and be like, hey.
That'd be funny, man on the street. Hey, how awesome's America, huh?
Hey, can we just get over how beautiful America is right now? But then the second half of that was, why would she stop me to tell me that? As I'm just like some ugly idiot on the internet, right? So either way, it did leave me feeling pretty good, and I told her thank you, and then I left. But it was a very nice interaction. That was my last lasting interaction with somebody from Italy. So thank you for that, old Italian Nona, who told me or Italy was very beautiful. One of the two. I'm not quite sure. Can I, real quick, one last thing. When we were at the airport, when we first arrived, the first interaction that we had was with this young lady who was, when you have to go through the passport system and everything. And when I say everybody sounds super aggressive when speaking Italian, everyone is super loud, and their language just sounds fairly aggressive. So when she's speaking to somebody 30 feet away, it sounds super aggressive and mean. So her sole job was to keep people from going down the steps to the passport line. And she would say like "Stopa" or "Prego," right? And that was her thing. And these two Americans started going down the escalator, and she's like, "Stopa, stopa, stopa!" And then she starts yelling at these people, and these two, like, these poor, like, 65-year-old white ladies are just like trying to fight their way up the escalator, and she's
like
just like "Stopa," yelling at them. And then they get up at the top, and I'm picking and choosing. I'm trying to figure out what she's saying to her coworkers over there, and she's calling them like stupid, and he's stupid. You know, it was like,
nice. I love it when they curse.
Oh man, it was so funny. It was so funny. And
if you miss them, I can start cursing at you if you'd like.
No, we've heard your racism towards black people, Blabs. It's okay. But anyways.
Okay. The offer still stands.
10 out of 10 trip. Would go again. Very much enjoyed it. Had a great time. So thank you for everyone it was really, really fun. So Emerald came in with 5. Says, you guys should get Mia Su as a guest on the show. She was recently rejected from Sega's creator program because of wrong thinking for video games. That sounds horrible. Maybe we can reach out and at least have her on for a segment right there. Oh my God, it's Gabe says with 5 says, video games got me through hard times in my life. $5 for games. Also, for games. Also came for the Desu. Let's go. Look at that, Rev. John came in 10 says, Craig, did you go to the country's national restaurant of Italy, Olive Garden? No, John, I scoured all through Rome for it, but they did not have Olive Garden in Rome, unfortunately. They did have McDonald's, though, and McDonald's was quite the experience. Another time. Silo Full of Podcast came in and says, I saw the HeMan movie. It was enjoyable, but the script needed a lot more work. However, the parents seemed to drag their kids to the movie. $5 for books. Oh, yeah. Well, HeMan has not been relevant to, like, the youth in years. It was definitely an 80s thing. Have you guys heard anything about the HeMan movie at all?
Well, Rev and Strawb saw it. They wanted to do a quick little chat about it.
Ooh, well, that's great.
Well, I will say when we went to the theaters, there were so many kids, which is like refreshing to see, like a new generation consuming He-Man, but like they had like little prop swords running around, like everyone. That was the first time in a while too, when the movie ended, everyone applauded. Haven't heard that in a minute. Yeah, people were really into it, so it was fun for sure.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, it wasn't some Machiavellian accomplishment of a film, but it was a very fun experience for us and clearly everyone in the theater.
I've heard most people outside of Kay really, really loved it. I heard it was great nostalgia. I heard it was a decent movie, kind of funny, jokes throughout. I heard the only negative was that it was kind of Marvel-esque in some of the more comedic writing, but otherwise I've heard nothing but
it felt like a Marvel film from like 15 years ago.
It was like a Ragnarok or something, maybe
a little bit. Yeah I've seen that comparison.
I would hope it'd be better than Ragnarok.
It was better in my opinion.
Okay, good. That's good to hear.
Reminded me a little bit of like Guardians of the Galaxy humor.
On a scale of like 1 to 10, what'd you think
of the movie?
Yeah,
like overall, I would say, I really liked it. I would say like a 9.
Really? That's a good thing to hear.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
I give it an 8.
Did you have any any history with He-Man before you went and saw it, Strawb?
I did. I grew up on it, and I had because there's a lot of references, and it's been a while, but I could recognize a good amount of them, and I'd be like whispering in your ear, like that's a reference, right? That's a reference to whatever.
Yeah, that's cute. Yeah, because I didn't have any, so I will say from Rev's point of view, he had a lot of reference growing up with it and everything. For me, I had none at all, and I still very much enjoyed it. So I think it's something that whether you grew up with it or if this is your first time ever experiencing the franchise, I think you can enjoy it. I love movies like that. Like I love Marvel movies. I love Superman and all these I didn't really watch a lot of that when I was a kid. I got into those more the last so many years, especially being with Rev and him showing me movies. But yeah, we had a great time at the theater. I also just love going to the movie theater. But I will say, because we go to the movie theater all the time, it was one of the only movies, I can't remember the last movie where people applauded at the end. Like that does not happen very often anymore.
That's awesome.
How gender woke? I heard that there was a lot of shots at men. Is that true? Did you find it? Did any?
Well, the one thing that people were talking about, they keep showing this screenshot that's from the trailer where he's sitting at a desk in our world, and it says his pronouns on it. Right? People are like, oh, it's gone woke, and it's like, no. They're showing that they're making fun of it. It's a joke, very obviously. Where he's kind of like demeaned, right? He's like in our world, he's this great hero, and he's sitting here at an office job with pronouns on his desk, and he gets called into HR multiple times, and it's like a bald black lady, and she's like the stereotypical like woke HR person. They're clearly making fun of all of this stuff. Like it's blatantly obvious, but people who didn't see the movie are just seeing that stuff and they think they're making fun of him. And it's some statement, but it's the exact opposite.
So the movie is not woke or anything like that?
In my opinion, I wouldn't call it woke. I know some people talked about, apparently, I don't know like all the specifics of what the actor or actress or whoever said, something about toxic masculinity in the movie. And I get like that term makes people want to roll their eyes. Like I understand why it does. But like I do think that in the movie itself, like it talks about like you see him as a kid, like Adam when he's a kid. And you can see he's not treated great, in my opinion, and he wants his father's like love and affection, and he's not really getting that because he's not really living up to what his father expects of him. But like, I don't think like it shows it in a way that's like, yeah, that's bad. Like, you shouldn't like neglect your son with love just because he's not this like big strong fighter. But there are like scenes later on in the movie where like I'm not gonna spoil it obviously, but like really sweet like father-son moments where it's like they're kind of like going through that together, and it's all about his journey from like being a kid to growing up and then all of a sudden like becoming HeMan and becoming this like super strong guy. But then also it talks about specifically like the role of a man. They specifically say it's you want to protect those you care about and those you love. So I don't really feel like it was like woke at all in my opinion. I mean, they say like towards the end, he says like he wants to talk it out because like part of the joke is like he was in HR, he was good at like getting people to like solve problems and everything, and he wants to talk things out with like Skeletor and all these people. They don't want to talk it out. But there's
also a very clear good evil narrative, which I appreciate when everything's supposed to be like gray nowadays because people always want to like enjoy the villain so much, and it's like no, he's just evil. He's awful.
But there's also nothing wrong in my opinion, and if anything, I think it's a strength for him to be like an empathetic hero that wants to do that. He wants everyone to be able to get along. He wants peace, but he also knows that you can't always have it, and sometimes you do have to fight and use your power. And I don't know. I thought it was just great. I really enjoyed it. So
I saw Drinker talk about it, and he just said at the end of the day, sometimes you just got to kick someone's ass, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of how that's kind of the how it finishes up. So I mean that sounds pretty cool. If it was an enjoyable, like it's whatever happened to like the enjoyable summer blockbuster, right? And I think that's exactly kind of what they were going for. Now apparently it's going to fail. I guess it's not going to make a whole lot of money, but I also think that has to do with. I don't think HeMan is really on the top of everyone's like, culturally relevant list.
This needed to be made decades ago.
Yeah, I agree. Like this is 1986 or something like 83 when HeMan was really big. It's been 40 years, dog. They've had reboots and they haven't done a whole lot since then. So,
like I said though, like I was just happy to see so many young kids where you can see like this was their first exposure to the franchise, and they were like so into it, especially a lot of young boys. Like they were really into it. They had their little swords waving around.
That's awesome.
That was really cute. There was a bunch of little boys with little swords and stuff. It was really cute. But everyone seemed to enjoy it. And I don't know. I thought it was a great movie. So
Rev recommends.
Hell yeah,
also,
let's go.
Sounds like they're hoping for a lot of like, because it's going to go on Amazon, because Amazon was part of the, I guess, company that like made it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're hoping that like even if people don't get out and go to the theaters, that they'll be watching it on streaming afterwards. And also I read somewhere that they're hoping for like a lot of toy sales and things like that too, which I don't know if they're gonna do anything special with the Skeletor outfits in the movie, but it was very funny. He had some different like scenes where he was dressed in different like outfits. You might have seen some of them on Twitter. They've been like going on Twitter, but like also people were upset. People were like concerned that Jared Leto was gonna like ruin Skeletor, but like it seems like everyone's consensus is he did an amazing job as Skeletor, and like I agree. I think he was hilarious.
Okay, so it sounds like everybody enjoyed it who's seen it, which is good. That's a good thing. I like that. Cool. All right, real quick. Yeti says, Craig, I need to know, is there an Italian version of Guy Fieri over there? 10 for games. Not that I saw, but on Food Network, there was a show that was 2 priests cooking pasta. So that was pretty fun. So Christian Rocker says, this is the #1 gaming podcast. We can't let books win. By the way, Christian Rocker, I'm sorry. That's the #1 video game podcast on Earth. Please make sure you use our pronouns correctly. Hello, Revan Strawb, my favorite guest. Also, try to invite Chibidoki on the show. That's $4.99 for video games right there. Thank you for that, Christian Rocker. Gabe came back, says, went to Rome with the wife a couple years back for Easter Sunday and saw the Pope. Was literally 5 feet away from him when he passed by. Also, can see my shoulder next to the nun on the live feed. There's $10 for games. Let's go. It sounds like a pretty cool experience. Jen Rollins came in with 5. Says, the parts of Italy I would love to visit are Pompeii, Mount Vesuvius, Campi Figuri, and the microstate of San Marino. Well, I actually did visit Pompeii as well. And just a quick side note, that's a place that I could spend a month at. I was fascinated by Pompeii, but that's just a personal thing. Squatch Hammer for 10 says, while I enjoy video games, I prefer books. RPGs inspired great video games like RPGs inspired great video games like Vampire of the Masquerade, Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter Nights, Daggerfall, Fallout 1 and 2, Lord of the Rings, and many more. Okay, so 10 for books right there. Jared says, I'm glad that I'm not on Twitter anymore, as I consider it to be full of toxicity and drama. Put this towards video games. $1 for video games. BC Wolf with $25 for books, by the way. He says, the home of Mary, built by Peter, by the way, is just outside the ruins of Ephesus, as in the Ephesians in the Bible. Been to Turkey 4 times. Thanks, Navy. And Craig is absolutely correct. Crappy country with some of the best sights. Okay.
Well, that's also another like 4 because he got a member message. So
yeah.
4 for bucks.
Okay. Commodore fan says, Mahong! I feel to a point social media is what you make of it. For many people who have an addictive nature, it became a giant circle jerk with icy hot cream. Okay, well, thank you, Commodore fan. And Ethereal Warrior says, it wasn't hooked on phonics that taught my brother how to read. It was Final Fantasy II on the Super Nintendo. Now he's an avid reader. Always wants a book or an e-reader. $10 on video games. All right. And Saint says, $1 for video games. Also saw somewhere, but that Amazon can still make Stargate show with different showrunners. Okay. Phoenix, let's get an update for you on our showdown today of books versus video games. What do we have?
Here we go. It is $64 for books and $113.99 for video games. We've seen many, many times before. This can go any way. It's still very early in the competition.
Okay. Thank you very much, Phoenix. Appreciate that. If you guys are back, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button. If you guys didn't know, we did get a little strike. Blabs caused us to get a hit on the channel.
I didn't cause shit. It was YouTube not understanding my words coming out of my mouth.
Watch out. She's going to bully you now. Watch out.
Blabs. Can I flag our own channel for bullying and cyberbullying? Oh my gosh. Anyways, with that said, it's now important for you guys more than ever to hit that thumbs up button, specifically on YouTube, and subscribe somewhere outside of YouTube, Rumble, Kick, Twitch, or on Side Scrollers Plus, which we'd appreciate. I will get some more super chats, direct donations, Rumble rants throughout the duration of the show. Blabs, I don't want to pull up every single one of these links here real quick with the What Did I Miss, the 9-day Side Scrollers recap while I was gone. So but I do want to share the run sheet here. So if you can give me just a quick like TLDR on all these things. But Rev, let's start with you first. You said I missed a lot of stuff over the last like 2 weeks. So any stories off the top of your brain that you feel that that I should know about?
Well, I think they've already talked about it a little bit, but the Stellar Blade discourse has been a big one with the new main protagonist. A lot of people are talking about that, and yep, right there. And
Is
The internet's very angry at me, Craig. They
what
do
did
not
you do?
like.
What'd you say?
I just agreed that she does look extremely young.
Kind of does.
I did
Not
preface
babyface.
saying I don't know the game. I don't know the story. I'm not judging it. I'm not saying there's some agenda behind it. I'm not saying there's some PDF thing going on. I'm just literally saying she does look extremely young to me. That's all.
In the run sheet, there's the trailer that showcases her. I put that in there for you. I agree. She has the problem is she's got like the baby fat in her face that makes me think that she's a little bit younger, but also like she's got a womanly body. So I don't know.
That's what's weird to me.
Yeah,
But
I'm
have
kind of
you
just
seen
waiting and
Asian
seeing.
people, Labs? Like, have you seen Asian women?
Yeah, I have.
Okay,
I've been
I
to
live
Japan.
in Chinatown, and I've not seen anyone look this young. I'm just giving you a heads up. Like, Craig, tell me how old this girl looks to you.
Okay.
You don't think she could look 18? Like,
I think she's like a teenager, but I don't know.
That
Okay,
like
here we go. Let's just take a look. Yeah, if I was to guess, just based off of initial look, I would say 16 or 17, maybe.
Yeah.
Just based off of like my initial look. So is this the new Stellar Blade game?
Yeah.
Wait, Blood Rain? Wait, there's already a game called Blood Rain that came out in the 2000s, and they're just
with
taking
a
that.
Y.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Oh, my fault. Yeah, that's right.
I just
Blood
feel
Rain.
like also, since when do we, like, look at someone and we say, like, oh, well, they look a certain age, so, like, therefore, like, base it based off just what they look like, because the person who, like, created this game already came out and said all the characters are adults, they're all adult warriors, like,
So-
they made it very clear that they are canonically adults. And said
So-
that if they look young, it's because East Asians can often look younger than their age, which is true.
So to be clear, this is people are upset that she looks young, but there's Stellar Blade obviously has skin tight outfits and with sexual bouncy physics and stuff. So people are saying she looks too young to have that stuff. Is that what they're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're saying there might have been a perverse. I'm not putting words in anyone's mouth, but my understanding of it is that there could be perverse reasons for this. That they're making her look very, very young and sexualizing it. Sure, they're saying she's of age, but visually she's not. That is not what I am saying. I'm just literally just saying I don't know what. I'm not putting anything else beyond it. To me, she looks 12 or 13. That face to me is not a teenage girl to me.
Yeah, I kind of
I-
agree. In certain shots, she looks a lot like baby-faced.
And this shot in particular, yes. The other shots, I don't think she does. Right? Like she has bags under like her. She kind of looks considerably more mature here, right? Than she does in that first shot. So this is weird because it's one of those situations where you see these characters that are anime characters that look like little girls, but they're like, no, she's 500 years old and she's a witch, so canonically she's 500 years old, but she looks like, an 8-year-old girl or whatever. Right. So,
But oddly enough, I mean, we did the same thing with Eve. Like people were saying that Eve looked like a child and people were saying that. And then we
I
found
never
out
thought
that
she
it's,
looked it. I
Yeah,
thought
but-
she looked older.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like with like Twitter, that's what people were saying, and they were, they come to find out it was 3D modeled after a real adult actress, and not adult actress, an actress who's an adult. I'm not trying to imply that, but and they just doubled down on it. They said, "Oh, I don't care. It still looks that way to me," and we're just kind of doing it again, but on a much more viral scale, because it's not just like people are like, "Oh, that's weird to me," or I don't like it. It's that they go the next level and they're like, you should be on the Epstein list. You're
Yeah.
a predator for this.
It just
And
always
a lot of
reminds
it
me
is
oh, wait,
a
go
lot
ahead,
of it's
sorry.
hypocrisy too, because I've already seen multiple people who are like whining about this and going like that extra length, who are either hypocritical about it or they're just being like I talked about yesterday. Someone got outed as like sending like dick pics to people, and also like defending actual predators and stuff like that. So it's like that projection angle, but it's really just a mess. That's probably been the messiest thing going on, at least like in gaming the last week or so.
No, I'd say God of War was even funnier.
Yeah,
That was definitely-
That's the biggie, Craig.
That's the big one.
Aaron,
I can't wait for him to meet
of
Frank.
The cosplayer Yuki. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her, but
Yeah, I
like there
should
was this
stream yesterday.
with the whole like Tatsumaki cosplay that she did, and that always comes back up every so often, and people say that she's pedo bait and she looks like a child because she has like a baby face and she's pretty short and petite. And I feel like it's like a very similar thing, except it's a video game, so it's not real on top of that. But I mean, there are women that look like they have baby faces that look a little younger, and they say that they say that they're all 18 or older. That's what the game dev says, and I don't know. I just think that it's really crazy to start talking about how it's like predatory and all those things.
So let me just say this girl here, if she's used as the model, she looks like she's aged about 30 years.
She's
A hard
suburban
30.
soccer mom. It is very bad.
Okay, all right. That's
Well, it's
nice.
funny because that was the backdrop before the Stellar Blade stuff, where people were like, "Oh, well, if you don't like that design of Faye, there, you're a misogynist, and all these men are afraid to play women in video games, and they get upset when they see a main protagonist." And then Stellar Blade comes out, and everyone's excited about it, and they're like, "Well, we never said that. We never said that last week." And it's just a very funny kind of dichotomy there.
Okay. Let's see. I see menopause is now a disability.
Oh,
All
but you
right,
missed
that's-
Frank the Cube from God of War. Oh, come on, Craig. You gotta know Frank.
The Cube.
Yeah.
Which link?
It's gonna be one of those four. I thought you were to go through all of them, so I just didn't label those. So those are some of the stills for you. I thought you'd very much like how horrible she looks.
Yeah, she looks great. Good. This is high quality video games here. Okay. We have Faye here. That's good. That's pretty funny. She's shot. Okay. We have, what is this? Jack Quaid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What?
He's a freaking cube, Craig.
What? This is the real thing?
Yes,
The
that is
Western
Dennis
gaming
Quaid's
industry.
kid, and he's a cube in the video game, and he mocapped the fucking cube, Craig.
They mocap the Cube.
They literally put PVC together, and we're like, yeah, please stand inside of this, thank you.
Oh my gosh. This guy's like, it's a paycheck for me. Oh my God. That's hilarious.
And look how they spell the name Frank. PHRANQUE. Frank.
Oh my gosh.
And Craig, just if you're wondering who was one of the people behind this incredible writing that you're seeing here,
yeah.
Alana Pierce
Oh,
finally
that's
came
good.
out and said that she had been working on this, I believe, for 4 years.
6 years or something like that.
Something
4
like-
6
yeah,
years, yeah.
Thousands and
That's-
thousands of hours writing, according to her.
Wow. It must be really, really important.
I want to mocap a cube one day. Look at me, I'm Jella. Whee!
That is the funniest, most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my entire life. They mocapped a cube
Yeah.
of all things. That is great. All right. Named Frank the Cube. That's good. Frey and Frank. Frey and Frank. Faye and okay. There
You're
it
gonna
is.
have
All
a
right.
stroke over there.
Yeah, it's my first day back. It cut me a little slack here. I see Phoenix did a showdown, which we probably shouldn't talk about. Gorlock has returned. That's good. That's how we got our strike. Oh, yeah.
Never let Phoenix pick Showdowns again.
Yeah. You're welcome.
It was because Kyoshi was there. I thought it'd be
It
fun.
was a Kirsha show
Yeah.
on my birthday. It was very wild.
What, you didn't celebrate Blaz's birthday? You
We
just celebrated
did. We
Missionary
did a
versus
Kirsha
Dog?
showdown. It was phenomenal.
I'm sorry. Wonder Woman is trans? What?
Oh yeah, so there are two trans writers who wrote a new comic book for DC, and it's a trans woman. So it's a dude pretending to be Wonder Woman.
Okay.
How does that feel, ladies?
Yeah, it's very misogynistic.
Oh, my God. Unbelievable. All right, that's great to hear. And let's see what else we have here. We have we get a that's just wonderful statements here. It seems
Yeah, it's wild.
I liked it better when I wasn't on the internet before learning these things. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for that update there, Blabs. That's great. All right, that's great. Okay, well, I'm going to take a second to mentally decompress from that and try to move on as best I possibly can.
We didn't even do hard news.
I know, we're about to get to it.
Oh, good.
But first, Modest Rat says, "Hey, bada bing, Craigino, mi amigo. How was Italy? Hope you enjoyed yourself. It was horrible while you were gone. Blavina wouldn't read my rants the whole week, JK. Arrivederci, mi amicis." Blabs, did you not read any of
I read them. He's just fucking with everyone.
Oh, okay.
Hence the JK part.
Okay. Just making sure. And aforementioned just came in with a $200. Is this a Rumble rant?
Yeah.
Says, "Welcome back, Craig. Phoenix, this question is for you. Besides your infamous poops on a plane, have you ever taken a dump so gnarly you questioned what the hell you ate before?"
Yes, and I have told that. I believe I've told that story on here. I was on a first date with someone who actually went to work on become a higher up on Xbox. How you doing there, Catherine? Yeah, and that was my first date, and I said I had to go to the bathroom, and it was an epic bathroom trip to the point that I had to run the shower because I started feeling awkward of how long I was in there. I was like, I'm just going to take a shower. And an hour and a half later, I was trying to find different ways of keep flushing. Yeah, I've been there. And I
It's
questioned.
like that scene from Along Came Polly.
That is correct. Yes.
Oh, wow. Aforementioned, I want to thank you for that super chat and that Rumble rant and the wonderful support. And more
Didn't the
importantly,
girlfriend watch like multiple episodes of Friends?
Yes, and I kept hearing that intro every fucking half hour. I'm like, good Lord, how long have I been in here? An entire season done.
yes, well, Phoenix, I watched the first and second seasons.
Yeah, just showering.
You come out, you're like, it's not water from a shower, it's just sweat from me. Oh my gosh. Kajori Win came in with $4.99, says, "Hey you guys, think you can invite Mila sometime. Rev knows. Put to video games. $4.99 to video games right there. Who's Mia?"
Oh, they're referring to Miyasu. That
The-
was
the
there was a
Sega girl,
previous
right?
donation. Yeah, she lost a partnership with Sega because
Yeah.
she doesn't want to address trans people by their preferred pronouns.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's about
So-
it.
I've reached out to her, but she's also made a post saying that she doesn't want to talk about it anymore, or do drama. So I'm pretty sure she won't come on, but I did message her.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you for that. Tin Lee says, "I was going to give this to video games, but because Vanillaware finally ported Muramasa to Steam and Switch, but I'll give it to books for the Bible. Reading it teaches me to enjoy good video game stories." Tin Lee came in with 10 for the Bible or books. The Deep Fryer came in with 5. Says, "Speaking of Xenosaga, how do we feel about the newly announced spiritual successor, Xenoblade Genesis? Monolith Software doesn't miss." I don't know anything about any of this stuff right now. So
That was just announced, I believe, today for the Switch. I think there was some
okay.
Xenoblade or something content.
We're going to get to the Nintendo stuff here in a little bit. Noba Fan says, "I don't see grandma wrinkles on her face, so we can always play it safe regardless. I'll let you decide." Noba, let's put that to video game. Let's put that to books. Thank you for that. Neglectful Sausage came in and says, "You should GMO zygotes so they all look this way." Okay, thank you, Neglectful Sausage. Aiden says, "Hey, Craig, welcome back. I got good news. I already bought 2 tickets. 1 ticket for the NHL Stadium Series between the Dallas Stars and the Vegas Golden Douchebags and the World Cup game on June 14th. Aiden, have a great time, man. Enjoy that. Pedro says, "Please consider inviting Hero High to the podcast." Okay. Neglectful Sausage says, "Eevee is peak Temali form, and I stand by that. Temale, Temali, Temal. I don't know what that means, but thank you for that, Neglectful Sausage. All right, we have spent a lot of the show dilly-dallying and just talking about all the things that I missed, and I'm glad to do it. But let's get to some things that are happening right now, friends. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News.
Hard News.
I saw this just now, and out of all the things we talk about on the show, we talk about common sense, standards, and just having their baseline of reality when it comes to these things. I think we all, look, everyone should treat people right. Everyone should treat people equally over here. Well, Alveda King, who is a relative of Martin Luther King, was on Capitol Hill today. And I wanted to take a second. This is a 90-second clip here. She was speaking on the Southern Poverty Law Center. Now, remember this was exposed not too long ago for just being an entire racket and totally corrupt. Phoenix, do you remember the ins and outs of the Southern Poverty Law story?
It was just that they were, and don't quote me here, it's been a while, but the general idea was that they were like funding the very hate that they were supposedly trying to combat. So they would get, and again, don't quote me, my details could be a little off, but they would help fund or facilitate to some extent, Klans people being able to march in the streets for whatever. It's something like that.
Correct. Yeah, I think that was the big part of it. And by the way, this is the niece of Dr. Martin Luther King, who famously had the "I Have a Dream" speech, right? Long or short, treat everybody equally, judge people by the content of their character, not the color of their skin, right? I think we've all heard that a million times. But she was speaking about this, and this was pretty profound. I have not pre-screened it, but I have read what she said. So let's see what she said.
Racism. I reject hatred. I reject white supremacy. I reject any ideology that seeks to elevate one group of people above another. But I also reject the notion that Americans who hold traditional Christian beliefs should be treated as threats or terrorists simply because we disagree with a prevailing political thought. Today, I still have a dream. I dream that one day we will move beyond black power and white power and embrace God's power and human dignity. I dream that Americans will one day see each other not as enemies, but as neighbors. I dream that we will hear each other, see each other, and recognize that every human life has value from the womb to the tomb and beyond. We are, as Scripture teaches, as science testified, one blood, one human race. And if we remember that truth, we can build a future worthy of the sacrifices made by those who came before us. We must speak out for truth and against the forces that would manufacture hate, fear, division, and violence simply to line their pockets and further their political ambitions. Thank you. God bless America, and I look forward to your questions. Thank you so much. God bless you.
This is the stuff I get called the Nazi for.
Right. Some people will say that's hate speech right there, which is amazing. You hear that stuff. Phoenix, I would love to hear your thoughts on that when you hear something like that. The idea of just like, hey, well, I don't know, just hear your thoughts.
It's all common sense. It's I think what most people on the right side of history would agree with. Right? I mean, I feel like this is all like especially what we all growing up. I've said like the most unified time in the world was like the 90s. Like I don't remember any problems at all. I think we had kind of gotten that all out of our system. We had learned to love one another, accept our differences, etc. You could celebrate your differences, but also find comfort in our unity and kind of that wonderful thing of a melting pot, right? Obviously nowadays it's derailed completely. And so she's just saying, if I've heard it right, pretty much what is common sense and everything that we believed in as kids. But anyone disagree with that?
No, it seems so basic. Like by the way, like we all have heard the stories about Martin Luther King, right? Womanizer, had lots of affairs, all that stuff, right? But the point of the message of like, hey, let's just treat everybody good, right? Judge people based off of their character, not the color of their skin, resonates, and the fact that we are, he did that in the 60s, right? And we're here in 2020. And he said 30 years ago, look, it's not like there weren't issues back then, but they just weren't so apparent. And it goes back to an underlying theme of today's show of like this social media, adding profound just exemplify or just making these things worse, right? That we see on a day-to-day basis. Even something happening here in Texas, like today. This whole issue. There's this big story. I don't know if it's a big deal where you guys are at, but have you guys seen this murder trial about the kid who got stabbed at the track meet? And it's
Carmelo Anthony. What's his name?
Yes, yeah. And apparently that's coming down today. And you see people who are like, look, I don't care if Carmelo Anthony did stab him. It was self-defense because he's black, right? And it's like, that's incredibly racist. Like, you can't just say those things. And so the idea, and those are the same people who will say, well, I just wish it was like what Martin Luther King used to say, right? And then they're the first people to say, well, Black Power, right? It's like, that's unbelievably horrible. You can't just do those things. She continued here. She was actually asked a question by Representative Haskins if she opposes the anti-weaponization fund. Now, I saw clips of this. What is this about? The anti-weaponization fund. I saw something about how our leadership is doing something. What, Phoenix, do you know anything about this?
I'm not familiar with that. No.
Okay. Let's see what she had to say about this.
King, do you agree that should be shut down?
I will not speak on whether that particular fund should be
Or
shut
any
down.
such fund.
I think some of these slush funds that SPLC is using.
Okay, but my question is about the one proposed by Todd Blanche. It's a yes or no?
I will not answer on it.
Okay.
I think
Mr.
they
Banger,
need to stop
do you
killing
think-
the babies and cutting the penises off. And so any slush
Okay.
fund.
That's a good statement.
Maybe we should just stop killing babies and cutting penises off. That's the fact that that's being said today at a hearing in the United States is just amazing to me. Yeah, like when did common sense become so not common? Do we have like a specific date? Was it 2008? Was it 2016?
When we slept on it, because I think we had said like, okay, we put that to bed. We slept on it, and a nefarious group came in to gain power and saw division as a means of that power. So I think that's when it happened. Because I think if you ask the average Joe on the street, do you hate this person of opposite skin color? Most people, I think, would say no. Now, nowadays, it may be tricky because of all the division that's been sown out there. But no, I think for the most part, everyone's just like, we hate this. Enough with the division.
Yeah, I was going to say Harambe. That was the turning point. Everything went downhill.
Yeah. Or Harambe, when they killed the gorilla. That's when society
on my birthday.
changed.
Oh my Lord.
Really?
Yeah.
They killed Harambe on your birthday?
Well, not the year I was born, but yes, on a birthday
The
of
day
mine.
of, the anniversary of.
Mm-hmm.
Did you cry?
I lived whilst Harambe died.
Yes, Phoenix, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry to quickly derail, but I must. It's really a very fast, short story. This is pathetic. When I was a very, very young kid, my elementary school did a play on Martin Luther King. I had always loved Martin Luther King. He was like one of my top heroes of all time. And I'm like 6 or 7, and the kids put on a play, and I remember crying. And I remember tearing up and going to my teacher saying, this gives me douche chills to this day, but I said, like, that was so beautiful, or something like that. So I was so inspired by this little play that my fellow students put on that I said, next year, I must be in this show. And lo and behold, I was.
Did you put on little black makeup on your face?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, I wish I did.
That's right where my head went.
No, this is far more pathetic. So they gave me the role of the bus driver. The bus driver that tells Rosa Parks, you've got to get to the back of the bus. And I didn't like that. So when I got up there, it was my part, and I was going to hijack it. And I did. And it made the whole play very awkward because I went up to Rosa Parks and I said, you can sit right there, Rosa. And then I went, and the play didn't know what to do because I refused to tell her to go to the back of the bus. I didn't want to be a racist. So that was an awkward thing, and it was very uncomfortable. And like, how do we shift with this? It was fun. It was a good time. I just wanted to share that.
Phoenix, I love that
That's amazing.
You wanted to fight the man.
I did. I wanted to fight the man.
You can sit right there, Rosa.
You can sit right there, Rosa.
If I could time travel, I'd go back.
So hold on real quick. What'd they do?
Like, it really was that awkward moment if there's just, like, no one knows what to do, and you just hear of the stage curtain just closing, and we just move to the next scene.
Did it just slowly close?
Yeah.
and as it's closing, you go, that's what should have happened.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God.
Wholesome Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that. That's excellent. I also have a wonderful surprise for you, Phoenix, because while you were talking, I took a screenshot of you and I asked Rock to make you look like Dr. Martin Luther King.
Finally, I finally get to see. Oh, boy.
So nervous.
Yes.
I'm seeing
right.
double.
I just love the idea of Martin Luther King being on our show, wearing a rumble.
We
hat.
thought in 2026 we were going to get hoverboards and flying cars. That's what we got instead.
Martin just loves Nintendo Power. That's what he loves right there.
Yes, and white power, black power, no. Nintendo power.
Brilliant, Strawb. Brilliant. Look at that. I have a dream that all video game consoles. No, it's so good. Look at that. That's wonderful. Oh, I love this show. All right. So anyways, thank you for that, Dr. Martin Luther King's niece, for giving us that wonderful content and giving us Phoenix Says in blackface. I should have had him make you a young child, being the bus driver here. That's good. All right. Hey, real quick. 228 Dukes over on Twitch came in and dropped 100 bits. Thank you for that, Dukes. Appreciate that greatly. Also, Last Effect came in with 10. Says, welcome back, Craig. It was my fault. I was super chat bullying Kay for the 2 weeks. I'm really sorry. Sorry she's not here to call. Sorry she's not here to call her a commie again. $10 for gaming. Can't play a book, but can read a game. Very nice, Last Effect. That's very profound. And yes, she is the ultimate commie. Midget Menace came in with 10. Says, the blonde girl smiling behind Alveda King on her left side looked like the female Draco Malfoy. Did you see her back there?
No.
You didn't? Okay, let me see if I can pull that up real quick one more time. And also, we had I Has No Face. Says, he looks more like Eddie Murphy. $10 for books. You look like Eddie Murphy right there, Phoenix. So, look good. All right, before we move on, guess what? You've been seeing me in recording for the last 2 weeks. But no, not today, friends. We're going to talk about Rumble Wallet, baby. That's right. The official sponsor of today's show. Rumble Wallet, great partner of the show. We've talked about him at length for months now, and we will continue to do so because that's how good of a product it is. Look, here's the thing. When you guys super chat over on YouTube, how much gets taken away? 30%, 30 cents out of every dollar goes directly to Google, right? Over on Twitch, 50% of your support over there, your subscription goes to Jeff Bezos's bottom line so he can shoot things up into space. Rumble Wallet, 0% goes to Chris Pavlovsky and the folks over at Rumble. 100% of your support goes to the creator. It is a great way to support folks, and we love it. If you guys haven't yet, there's a QR code on your screen. Scan it in. Give it a go. Download it. Give it a try. It may be for you. It may not. But the most important thing is the product that is on version 0.001. This is the first feature being rolled out. Support for creators. Long term, they're looking for this thing to be an alternative to PayPal, where you can go up and you can pay for things with Rumble Wallet. It's very simple. And probably one of the most important things, right? When you have your money in your bank account, look, just like how we're in kind of YouTube jail right now, probation, same thing with your money, right? You say the wrong thing over in social media, guess what? YouTube's like, your bank's like, guess what? You can't have access to your money right now. We've seen it. We've seen this happen. Not with Rumble Wallet. Rumble Wallet allows you to take control of your money. So, look, I encourage you to scan the QR code on your screen. Give it a go. It may be for you. It may not. But the most important thing is you got to give it a try. Try 0.001 version of this right now. Rumble Wallet, it is a great first step in reclaiming your money, supporting creators, and taking the next step in support. go to scan the QR code or go to wallet.rumble.com and check it out for yourself. We obviously encourage you to scan the QR code. That's how they track those things. And we full disclosure, want to be the most supported channel on Rumble. Right now, I believe we're number 3 on the platform. So we got a little bit to go to catch up. So consider downloading it, putting it in your apps, and just holding on to it. We may do something more with it later on. Appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for Rumble Wallet for supporting us. They support us. Please consider supporting them. Thank you guys. Thank you guys very much for your support. It's good to be back. Good to be talking about all this stuff. Let's go ahead and move on to this next stuff real quick. Do we have? I see. Oh man, you know what I didn't hear about for the last 8-9 days?
The gays.
Not a single word about the gays. Not a single word about pride. And as soon as I go on social media, what's the first thing I see? It's just rainbow flags.
Oh, and Blaz, what was that? What was the food company? That's the one.
Oh, HelloFresh. Yeah, HelloFresh put out a promo code called Bottoms Up.
It was about cleaning out your asshole.
Yeah,
so
and
that
they want to get you good fiber for the activities you'll be doing for the month of Pride.
Welcome back.
Like eating.
I didn't hear all that part.
You didn't see that?
I just saw like they were doing Pride stuff. I didn't get into like specifics.
No, they made like a whole post about how like to
We verified it
prep
live.
you up. They're gonna get you lots of fiber in your diet so that you're prepared.
Well, it's been a
for
couple
Pride
years since I promoted them.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
We verified it live to make sure those things were real yesterday on the stream.
Yep.
Oh wow. Well, with that said, it is indeed Pride Month. And one of the funniest things about Pride Month is that, Piers Morgan had a LGBTQ activist on his show and was simply asked what it all meant. And I thought this segment was very funny to see. He had him and Michael Knowles. I'll give you one guess as to which one of these guys is the activist here. Right there in the center of your screen. Let's see
I think it's
how
being
this
pointed at right now, actually, right there on screen.
That's right, Pierce. Let's see how this went.
It's LGBTQ plus.
No, it's LGBTQIA2SL plus.
Right, sure.
What does any of that mean?
Did you hear how quickly he dismissed that? Right, sure, whatever, yeah, right? Doesn't that tell you everything? Like, they know this is ridiculous. They know it is. You're right, sure, whatever, right? But yes, let's continue.
Are you now going to test me on what that is?
Yeah, because I have no idea.
That's amazing.
You know, two means two spirit.
That's right.
I heard that one.
Yes, two
It's
means
a
two
modern
spirit.
Indian
QIA.
thing.
What's that about?
Queer or questioning, and then also intersex, asexual.
Okay, and then two spirit.
Yeah, two spirit.
Yeah. What's that?
I think that is a American. Canadian. I actually.
He has no idea.
It's Native American. How do I know this and he doesn't know this? It's for the Native American people who believe that they were two-spirit and that was like a separate gender than male and female.
Guy has no clue what he's even celebrating over here. It's amazing to watch.
It's very
befuddled
simple.
nature of this.
It equals not straight white guy. Like that's basically it. Yeah.
Correct. And the idea of the Q meaning questioning as well, right? Questioning what? A little curious there.
I think a lot of people would say it means queer, not questioning.
Yeah, I thought it was queer.
But I mean, who knows at this point?
Let's see how well this last 90 seconds goes for him, because it's going so well for him right now.
To be honest,
Brilliant!
I
You've
don't
no
know.
idea.
But listen,
We're celebrating something you've no idea what you're celebrating.
In the interest of pride, I'll tell you what it is.
Oh, great.
They say that two-spirit was this ancient Native American sexual identity.
Thank
but
you.
it's not actually. It was invented in 1990.
How does Michael Knowles know this and you
Because-
don't? When people talk about things like two-spirit, whatever, and I start to say, well, I can identify as whatever I want, and I do the old, okay, I want to be a two-spirit penguin, and then you all go, well, that's ridiculous. But here are you.
Just like he was like, yeah, well, whatever. Like 30 seconds ago, he was just like, whatever, It's the exact same thing.
Supporting a month, celebrating a series of terminology which you don't even know what some of it means.
as a gay man, I'm supporting anyone in the LGBTQ plus community.
Why would you?
That's it right there. Try to make the bucket as big as you possibly can. I'm going to support anybody in this right here. Doesn't that go to, like, Rev Strawb, doesn't that go to the groupthink that we see in this situation? Like at a certain point, they're just adding letters, except for, SWM for straight white male, right? They're adding everything but those letters. I don't know. Your thoughts on that?
Well, also, like, if you're going to be like open and accepting to everything, I'm not sure if you really want that to keep extending and extending, because it's getting into like comedically goofy territory, but like you don't want to get into like disturbing territory about how people identify as themselves, Well,
didn't we see not too long ago the lady up in Canada who was including people who were murdered? Right? It was like indigenous people who were murdered.
I think that's
by
part of that.
Yeah, it was part of it. It was the indigenous women.
Yes.
Missing and murdered or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of that.
That's a lot of extra steps to just, you could just say, not straight white males. That's it.
Yes, you are correct. And this guy, not a straight white male.
I don't necessarily.
Why would you exclude
I'm not
the
excluding
Two-Spirit?
anyone, Piers. You're
Why are you excluding the Two-Spirit?
You're trying to like cancel me within my own community. I know
No,
what you're doing.
I think there'll be a shock. They will be as shocked as I am.
The reason
you can't describe what the Two-Spirit
I think in the UK we don't have Two-Spirit, so I'm not completely across that. And I don't.
Would you like to apologise to the Two-Spirit community?
Would you like?
Here it comes. Here it comes. You better apologize for not knowing.
To apologise to the Two-Spirit community.
Why?
Because
he supports them. He's including them.
Right, great.
I've included them. You haven't.
Yeah.
What do you want? What do you want
Would
me
you like to
say here?
apologise?
Can I tell you
to the Two-Spirit community for not knowing what they mean?
Yeah, sure. I apologise to the Two-Spirit community for not knowing what that means.
But you apologise?
But I would like to understand.
But you accept this is part of the problem. That we're spending a month celebrating stuff which you can't even explain what we're celebrating.
That's
Didn't
brilliant.
feel like a very genuine apology when you're laughing like that, sir.
I agree.
That's kind of offensive.
I agree. The fact that he laughed through his apology, I mean, he probably should be put away for life because of that. And I got to be honest, I'm offended for the Two-Spirit people for him, which I think that's how we play the game, right? We're offended for everybody else that's not us. I think it's what.
Well, what about the Three-Spirit community?
See, Rev, now you're asking the hard questions, which I appreciate. Yes. Or the 4 or 5.
Yeah, but I mean, this guy might be gay, but he's still a white guy, so like he doesn't get it, He's not oppressed enough.
Strawb, you understand the true oppression, and that's what I appreciate about you most, is that you you get it. You get it. But yeah, apparently there have been pride parades going on all over the place.
We didn't even tell them about the drag shows for dogs.
Yeah. It's exactly as it sounds.
Yeah, it's a pride drag shows for dogs where people dress their dogs up, and somebody did like the Madonna outfit with the cones and everything.
It's great.
It's in Denver, Colorado, if it helps.
So we're going to add AA for animal abusers to the LGBTQIA plus AA. That's good. But there have been lots of all sorts of marchers and parades out there. This guy has found a way to beat them all, to win when it comes to these things. Check this out.
Charlie Kirk got what he deserved. Charlie Kirk got what he deserved? Do these people support political violence? Oh, I got him. That's assault, right? That's assault, right?
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
That's assault.
You fucking asshole! Get! Oh, I don't care. I'll punch you in the face if I have to.
They're all so not violent and welcoming and just
Such
wonderful.
a pleasant group of people.
Yeah, they're all
Definitely want to sip tea with them.
Yeah, me and Strawb saw this yesterday. This is it gets so much better.
Oh yeah, the running later on.
He's figured it out.
Support political violence? Do you condone what that lady just did?
I didn't see anything.
Oh, he didn't see anything now. We're gonna run. Ready?
He identifies as blind.
He's too out of shit.
What's that, Rev?
He identifies as blind. He didn't see anything.
That's right. Yeah.
He's also wearing a skirt.
Skirt and maybe that's why he can't run, or maybe there's another option. Let's find out.
He's too out of shape. Let's see how long he can hang for. Look, he's already sweating. He's about to collapse. I'm wearing leather, you moron. Of course I'm sweating.
I'm wearing leather.
I'm wearing leather, you moron.
All right, let's
It
go this
sounds
way
like
now.
one of the
We're gonna
guys
see
from
how.
SpongeBob.
He does have a little SpongeBob
Krusty
sound
Krab,
to
whatever
his.
his name is.
By the way, look at this guy right here. This person over here who feels oppressed by everything. Oh, it's hilarious. All right, let's see what happens.
We're gonna see how long they can hang for. Oh, look, he couldn't hang. He had to stop.
He tagged
Physical
out.
activity is his Achilles heel. Oh, now she's coming. Look at her. Look at her. We're gonna get the Pride community in shape. Make America healthy again.
All right, yeah, how long do you think she's gonna go for?
2 feet.
Not long. It's
Not
literally
long.
a baton
Oh,
race
yeah,
of oppression.
Because she's gonna say she has knee replacements.
Yep.
She's telling somebody to take over. Why can't you keep running?
Because I just had a double knee replacement, bitch.
I'm sure the knee replacement's the reason why she can't run.
Also, why do you typically have double knee replacements? No offense, but she doesn't look like she's that old to be having double knee replacements.
Unless she was in
That's
a giant
lot of-
accident or something.
Yeah, but like typically I feel like maybe from having excess weight on you, so it's just not really a good
Yeah.
excuse to not be able to run.
I think I'll ask Rock, the girl in the video who had double knee replacement. How old do you think she would be? Because I think that's a good question. She does look like she's probably in her early 30s right here. And I just go back to with something like this. You think about the propaganda that has been spewed, specifically the last 10 years, right? About, a current administration, Trump, Pride, all this stuff. This girl is in the wheelhouse of the targeting of this propaganda to where, she's willing, she has to run. She's so upset that she wants to run next to a guy who just has a counter opinion to her. That's crazy to me. And it's amazing to see that these people are the way they are. But at least they're getting it
real
shaped.
quick. This is the thing I always wonder about. Like, I don't like these particular people, right? They annoy the living shit out of me. But at no point would I be so angry that I'm going to block them from protesting or get in their face or charge after them. Like, I just try to put myself in the shoes and go I equally don't like them, but I would never do any of those things. So it's whenever I'm trying to check my own math, it's am I on the right side? I'm yeah, I am on the right side because I would never deny them those things. And I wouldn't try to, one of their tactics is always to scream and yell and make noise whenever you're trying to debate or do something like that. They just always want to silence the opposing side. And I don't think anyone here on this panel, whether it was our worst enemy in the world or not, you would probably want them to be able to at least speak. So it's just, I'm always checking that math, and yeah, I'm right. I'm on the right side. So if you guys listen to me, that means you're also right. I just wanted to let everyone know that. Just fact check that.
Speaking of facts, I just asked Rock about double knee replacements, and we thought that girl was in her probably early 30s, early to mid 30s here.
Could be in her late 20s. She just aged terribly because she's fat.
Well, double knee replacements are most common between the ages of 50 and 70.
Mm-hmm.
That's after an entire life. They're rare for people under 45 to 50 unless there's major trauma, rheumatoid arthritis, or other conditions like being fat. So,
Well, I see why they want free healthcare.
right. That and to get their trans boobs, which is good. On a total side note, one of the big things for me while I was on vacation was I was looking at the map of where I was in the world, and it dawned on me that I had no idea where I was in the world outside of in what countries were around it and stuff. So on the news in Italy, I was looking at there's this I guess there's a bombing that's taking place between Iran and it was Iran and Israel, right? They have this skirmish happening. They're launching attacks for each other. And I was looking at the map, how close we are to these things, these different countries. I had no idea where these countries were on a map, right? And I thought it would be really interesting to look at, and once again, I don't claim to know anything about these countries at all, or be an authority when it comes to these things. But I do think that if you're going to have a discussion about these countries, you should probably have an idea where they're at in the map. And I would love to go to one of these protests and just ask people, where is Israel on a map? Where is Gaza on a map? Where is Iran on a map? Where is he? And I guarantee you, 98% of them would probably have no idea where these countries are on the map when it comes to this stuff, or why they're even protesting. And that was kind of an eye opener for me.
Well, there was some of the Free Palestine protests, and people were doing that, asking like, they're like, from the river to the sea, and they're like, which river and which sea? And they're like, oh, you're a bigot, and they run away, or they try to grab your mic.
Yep, because they have no idea what river, what sea, whatever. Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, there's your Pride update, and mine as well. Sorry. I want to talk about the Nintendo Direct today, because we are the #1 video game podcast.
Oh, yeah, just a heads up. Mally really wants to talk about some of it tomorrow, too. Just a heads up.
Okay, well, I think it is important that we talk about it today.
I agree.
We'll definitely talk about it with Mally tomorrow. Will you get a couple of these supers real quick while I get that pulled up, please?
Commodore Fan for 2 says, Craig, just so you know, Kay's new nickname is Kami Gay Kay, and she brought this upon herself. She kind of did. She kind of came out of the closet the other day.
Oh.
By accident. It's
Great to
fine.
hear.
Everything's fine. Gold Soul Ninja for 10 says, the man, the myth, the legend has returned. Normally restored. Listen, we're normal here without Craig anyway. Thank you very much. Only Phoenix is a little bit wonky. Yeah. Anyway, Danny Delete for 5.
Normal person on the show.
Attaboy, that is correct.
Okay. Danny Delete for 5 says, I wish Phoenix had done the entire Rumble Wall of promos. Canadian Craig, best bit. For the video games. That's 5 for the video
or
games.
it's Martin Luther King.
I have a dream that you'll download Rumble Wallet. Sorry.
Reese for 1 says, I read on my feed last night about an upcoming Japan Pride event, and among the sponsors, Pfizer. Kinda says a lot, huh? Japan Pride event? Interesting. Anyway, a Gold Soul Ninja for 10 says, also, is it over for a series so fantastic that even the Fantastic Four would subscribe? Dr. Diddy Doom can't be allowed to win. Now assemble and up those numbers, Avengers. Thank you. And Laguna Cloud for 10 says, I've mentioned this before, but the way they use queer doesn't mean gay. It means against the normal, particularly when it comes to power structures and politics. Mm-hmm. And then Soul Silver for 2 says, the tolerant left silence people because they don't want to be proven wrong. I pick books even though I mostly read video games. You mostly read video games? Anyway, books for 2. Thank you.
Nice. We are, by the way, we're doing Montez today. I didn't even realize we're gonna have a showdown, but I would love to hit Montez today. We are 6 yellow supers away from our goal of 20 for the stream over on YouTube. Thank you guys very much for your support. It's good to be back. Glad to see everybody's smiling face. All right, let's go and hit this. This is the big video game news today, which was the Nintendo Direct that happened, and there were a few things of note that came out. Obviously, the viewership associated with this was massive. It says currently has over 3 million views 4 hours ago. So people were very hyped about this. And IGN has a nice little recap for everybody to check out. But the big thing here coming out of it was the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake, which was officially confirmed with, and I don't even think I can play it, but the trailer for this, it was just a little 90-second snippet, which got all the feels going here talking about it. And we get our first glance at what Link may look like in game right here. And the logo here. So Rev and Strawb would love to hear your thoughts on the Ocarina of Time. It's not officially a remake. They're calling it being reborn, which I'm guessing is more of a remaster. So Rev, Strawb, your thoughts?
Well, I think it's very exciting. I mean, it's what people want, right? I think they're hitting the nostalgia aspects, but you can see people are hyped for this. I think right now with everything and people feeling probably a little dejected right now, especially with the gaming industry, this is probably a very good moment for a lot of people. But what's there not to be excited about with this?
Well, some people, I posted about it online, and some people were not happy about this. But Strawb, your thoughts?
I have no opinions on this at all.
Oh, have you ever played Ocarina of Time?
No, I don't even know what that is. I mean,
wow!
I've heard of Legend of
Internet,
Zelda.
calm down.
I've heard of that. I'm telling you, like, I did not grow up with a lot of games and stuff. Like, I just didn't grow up on all of this stuff. So a lot of I've heard of it, I've seen it, like, you know, in passing, but it's not something I have any personal opinion on.
It's an opportunity.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I think just based off of the little trailer that they had for it, it feels different. I don't remember the story being.
I think it's going to be a reimagining. It'd be my guess. I think they're going to. I don't know if they're going to go as hardcore as what Final Fantasy VII Remake had done, where it is a true reimagining. I'm excited for it. I mean, it was a 2 second snippet. I'm not a fan of the art style at all, but whatever. That doesn't mean crap to me. I still want to play it. It looks very Unreal Engine-y to me.
It does have a little bit of Unreal Engine layer to it, if that makes sense. That kind of gloss.
Yeah.
You know, like the hair has the gloss to it. It's, you know, okay, whatever. I'll tell you, Strawb, you want to have a highly viewed stream, you play Ocarina of Time. Just play it for like 2 hours, because this is a game that some people say this is the greatest video game ever made. And
wow.
Yeah. For me personally, I think at the time when it came out, I think it may have been the greatest video game ever made. Now, I don't know if that's the case now. I don't know if this game is aged as well as everybody says it is. I think nostalgia has blinded a lot of people. But there are a lot of really memorable moments when it comes to Ocarina of Time that a lot of people who played it can point directly to. But there's also a lot of dog shit in the game. Let's just be real. Like something like the Water Temple. Not super fun, right? The owl, kind of a pain in the ass, right? But there are things that Rev, you've played through Ocarina of Time, yeah?
Yes, long time ago.
Where does it rank on your best of list, or does it?
I would say top 10.
Wow. Okay. So yes, it resonated with you. I think that'd be interesting to have somebody who's never played it go back and play the first game on the N64. And then for it to come out when the Switch 2 version comes out later this year, apparently, Strawb. I think that would be a real interesting experience. So just throwing it out there. Maybe fun.
Yeah.
I also think that you'd probably hate it after like 2 hours.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's one of those games you just kind of really, I don't know. Like if you weren't around for that time period, it's a very.
You're not going to have the nostalgia factor.
Right. If you strip away the nostalgia from Ocarina of Time, I think it was so mind blowing for its time that I think that's what drives a lot of the talk around the game. But if somebody new of the newer generation was to play it, I don't think they would look on it as kindly as a lot of folks do. Yeah. So that'd be an interesting, real interesting review system of you have somebody who's kind of an old school gamer. Somebody who, I'm sure there's somebody doing a show like that, like an old school versus a new school game, where you rate some retro games, and the old school gamer's always like 10 out of 10, and the retro gamer's like meh, 4. You know, that's interesting. Other things announced today. They announced the Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC, but also included in that are some Donkey Kong Nintendo Classic title challenges here, which apparently is going to be available later today, I think. Phoenix, what was that about?
Yeah, I mean, I saw it briefly. I believe it starts today, and it's like taking the old NES remix games, where essentially, we had also kind of played a little bit of this on our big event, our Video Armageddon show. So basically, it's just it'll say okay, here's stage 1 of Donkey Kong Country, and you have to collect X amount of bananas in a certain amount of time. So they're gamifying sections of the pre-existing game. I understand.
I'll tell you this: I played a ton of Nintendo World Championships while I was gone. Ton of it. But to see little gamification of this, pretty cool stuff. So I'm very intrigued by this. I'll download this, try it out a little bit later. And by the way, my kids love the Donkey Kong Country games. So it looks like
smart
they're going to
kids.
be using. Yeah. I got good kids. So we'll definitely give these a go and try it out. But I guess you download if you have Bonanza, then you get extra challenges and stuff. So Should be fun. Rev, did you see any more of the direct that happened?
Nope. Just seeing it live with you guys.
Oh, good. There was also some, over on Nintendo's X handle, there's a lot there. But a lot of Fire Emblem news. There's Deltarune Chapter 5 was also announced.
They're getting a lot of ports, like Onimusha, I believe, is also coming.
Yes.
A few things are coming over, too. Stellar Blade also coming over.
I did
Rayman
see
Legends
that, yeah.
Retold right here.
Yep.
Rayman Legends was awesome right here. So good. I mean, pretty good announcement. I think a lot of people, I saw some people were hating on it. They're like, oh, just a bunch of ports and nostalgia bait. But isn't that exactly what Nintendo is at this point? You know, they say Ocarina of Time is nostalgia bait, but if it's being retold or reimagined, then is it truly nostalgia bait, or maybe it is? I don't know. It's a good question. Good question for the chat.
I think we needed to see something new. I was actually from what I saw, granted I didn't see the whole thing, I was really hoping to see, as much as I never liked Mario Odyssey, and Mario Odyssey 2 or something, some big... My concern with Switch 2 right now is I'm not really seeing a future. When Switch 1 came out, it was banger after banger. I mean, one after the other. After you were getting Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, and it just kept going and going and going. And this generation, at least with Switch 2, feels very empty. And I was hoping to see a Nintendo with some confidence here. I'm really happy to see Ocarina of Time. That's awesome. But that's pretty much it so far.
Well, it's going to sell gangbusters. Ocarina of Time.
Sure.
Yeah, it'll carry Nintendo through the entire fourth quarter of this year, and it's going to, it'll make a few $1 billion because they'll sell so many of them. So, well, there you go. What do you think about Ocarina of Time being remastered officially? This has been long rumored for a long time. We talked about it on the show, but we're finally here, and it's coming this year. So. Maybe I'll do a stream where I do some of these Donkey Kong Country challenges maybe later this week. That'd be kind of fun to do. A lot of you guys were saying I should do those things over on Plus. That'd be great. All right. Let's go ahead and move on. But before we can move on to Today in Gaming History. But first, real quick, Struggle Badly came in with 5. Says, my daily Jinxia tax with €5. See how I got the euro thing right? Is that euro? No, it's pounds.
That's so sad, Craig. You were literally there. That's British pounds, bro.
Yeah, that's what I said. Pounds.
I'm still learning too.
It looks like an E.
No, it looks like an L.
Yeah, more like
an E.
Look more like a wavy L.
We get it mixed up all the time.
It looks like a backwards E.
You make me sad.
Yeah.
I'm American.
Boss Snake Master. America. I go by the almighty US dollar or the
It's
Bitcoin.
still good to know other things, guys.
Boss Snake Master came in with 50 Norwegian krones. Know that one. Let's go. Says, welcome back, Craig. Nintendo Direct was crap. Phoenix, what do you think of Stuntman Hollywood since it got fast? Since got Fast and Furious in it.
Yeah. I'm, and it's by the way, Craig, you probably missed that. It also has the Back to the Future car. There's all sorts of fun stuff in there. So I'm all for it.
And there's a new Stuntman game.
I don't know if it's the Stuntman brand. I could be wrong on that, but you play as a stuntman and you can play driving all these cars. Fast and Furious was there, but also Back to the Future was another one.
Ooh, fun! All right,
the DeLorean.
All right, nice. That's
all for it.
I mean, Stuntman. Okay, Stuntman Hollywood over Saber Games. Nice. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Let's go. Love that. Wish list right now. All right. Also, we have Zenith came in with 2 Canadian monies. Says cheers. Well, thank you. Cheers to you. I Has No Face came in with $9.99. Says, from the Euphrates River to the Chinese Sea, we will set the pride free. Thank you. I Has No Face. Avocado Molotov came in with 2. Says, hey, listen. That's a reference to Ocarina of Time there. Just so you know, Strawb. Just want to give you a heads up. Reese came in and says, lately, I found myself playing Left 4 Dead 2 with workshop campaigns centered around Resident Evil 1 through 3. It really drove home the fact that games are faster and more fun with proper FPS controls. Thanks, Reese. Bad Latency came in with says they announced a new Xenoblade. So there. And Joey says they confirmed a bunch of the Fire Emblem and Xenoblade, which equates to 50% of the Smash Brothers roster. And John says, also, new Crazy Taxi game. I did see a trailer for the new Crazy Taxi game, and it was perfect. It was a perfect trailer for that.
Start off with Offspring. That's exactly what you do.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, John. We are 5 yellow supers away from our Montez Golden. Let's see if we can hit that. We have just a few minutes left in the show before we wrap up. Very excited for this. We've had a really, really strong show today, and I'm glad to be back. Once again, do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button. But let's end on a low note today, Blabs. I mean, a super high note, Blabs. Are you ready?
I was born ready.
You're right.
Today in gaming history with Blabs.
That's me.
Okie dokie dominoki, what do we got today, Blabs?
Right, so you may have forgotten all about this gaming history thing, but I basically troll, or do I not? Anyway, June 9th, everybody, Earthworm Jim was released back in 1994. You have Lego Jurassic World was released in 2015, and this was a really, really good, strong Lego video game, so shout out Lego Jurassic World. And then Ninja Gaiden Master Collection was released 5 years ago today in 2021. Banger of a list. You're all welcome.
You probably shouldn't just tell everybody you're welcome.
Yeah.
When you're done.
You are welcome.
Oh, okay.
Good job,
I
Blab.
just did. Like I put my dick on the table and everything. You're welcome.
Straight up there, everybody. There you go.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Earthworm Jim, you mentioned that. Good job, Blabs.
Thank you.
Can I just... I kind of made reference to this. I may have even said it on the show. Earthworm Jim was a fun game when it was released. But is it really that good?
Your sentiment, I think, is most people. Like it was. I don't want to say it was ahead of its time, but it was certainly a spectacle to be seen. The animation was incredible. The music was great. The idea that there was so much level variation and stuff like that. There was a lot of ideas and humor put into that game, right? A lot of creativity. Its execution has always been in question.
Okay.
That's always been the issue with it.
Yes. Visually, sound, all great. For me, I think a big part of it was the hit detection of the game.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know when I was hitting something or when they were hitting me. And I feel like that's just kind of been glossed over the years when it comes to Earthworm Jim. Rev, you ever played Earthworm Jim before? And do you have any thoughts on it?
I have not.
I also, I love how on, there's some noticeable games that you missed today, Blabs, here on June 9th. I love that the Earthworm Jim was released on both the Xbox and the Genesis and the Xbox 360 32 years ago. Totally accurate here. WWF. Oh, was it WWE at this time? Holy crap, it was. WrestleMania X8, released for the GameCube 24 years ago. Killer 7, that was a little cult classic right there for the GameCube and the PlayStation 2 21 years ago.
Saberwolf.
Yep. Saberwolf was a Rare game. When I say Rare game, the company Rare.
Yes.
Back in the 80s, which was remade for the GBA, which did not take off very well. Which, yes, that is exactly where Saberwolf comes from Killer Instinct. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Lockdown was a mobile game, which I'm sure was awesome and made lots of money. Pokemon Ranch, released for the Wii right there 18 years ago. Prototype was released 17 years ago in 2009 for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360.
Indiana Jones also.
Well, Staff of the Kings. I didn't play this one.
Yeah, decent game. Also, I think the Wii version actually came with the original LucasArts point-and-click adventure game classic on them. That was pretty cool.
Okay. I'm sure you own it, Phoenix. I'm sure you
That is correct.
Let's see. Yakuza Dead Souls and Virtual Tennis 2009. That's always a fun one. Animal Crossing New Leaf for the 3DS. Lego Jurassic World right here.
Banger game.
Banger game.
It really is.
I know. You said it. Phantasy Star Online 2, New Genesis, 5 years ago in 2021. This game here, kind of intrigued by NBA The Run, releasing today, which is supposed to be an NBA Jam successor. I am probably going to get a code from it. And as you know, I have NBA Jam over my shoulder. It's one of the greatest games of all time. Will NBA The Run live up to it? I don't know, but I definitely want to give it a go because I always try the NBA Jam, NBA Street successors. So we'll see.
I'm one of the first things I'm seeing. It's arcade fun, but it's no NBA Street yet. So maybe it has the potential.
Potential, and I think that is kind of the fun about this. By the way, Rev, were you a big NBA Jam guy? Did you like NBA Jam when it came out?
I was. Yeah, I played a lot as a kid.
Did you play the Xbox 360 game?
Yes.
What'd you think of it?
It was fun for the time.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
So I want to put this in perspective. NBA Jam, the remake, that was in 2010. It has been longer since an official remake of NBA Jam from now until that Xbox 360 remake than it was from that Xbox 360 remake to the original release of NBA Jam.
That's crazy.
And that makes me feel old.
Yeah.
And sad.
And I don't understand why. Like, the game is so easy, pick up and play fun, and I don't know why no one can make something similar, execute something similar. Like, I'm still lost on this. Why everyone keeps making this very simple system overly complex when it doesn't need to be. Like, really, that was the beauty of NBA Jam. It allowed people who were maybe not into sports to be able to play it pretty competitively.
Yeah.
I don't.
Pick up and play. Everybody can play. It was
Yep.
so simple. Such a simple concept. Anybody can play the video game. And by the way, that game looked awesome in 2010. It was, quote unquote, photorealistic. It had everyone's faces and stuff in it. I loved NBA Jam when it was released back then. It was super good. And this was 16 years ago here. This game, 16 years ago. That's awesome. Think of what they could do today. They don't even need to do anything.
Jam.
Well, I mean, this does have LeBron James in it.
No. I don't consider him Space Jam.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's the new version that didn't.
I know that doesn't
well.
exist.
Yeah, LeBron James. Anyways, all right. There's today in video game history. Great job, Blabs. You're the best.
I know. Thank you. You're all welcome.
How did Kay do with today in video game history?
Okay. She was all right. I tried to make her somewhat happy, but she was also nice to me because one of those days it was my birthday, and then yesterday was also a bonus day. She wasn't supposed to be there yesterday, but she showed up anyway. She's like, "It's nice. I'm gonna be calm. It's bonus day." So,
Yes.
She
All right.
kept
Well, she did what? I'm sorry.
kept her wits about her, so it's all good.
Oh, Kay's great. We are 4 yellow supers away from our goal of Montez today. Let's see if we can hit that before we wrap up. But first, Paul came in. Paul, I want to make sure I say this. Paul Avidier Gamer came in with $4.99. Says the Switch 2 exclusive I'm really looking forward to is Dusk Bloods. I think Nintendo is trying to play catch up. E.g., Kingdom Hearts wants Smash 64 SW2. Thank you there, gamer friend, for that. Tin Lee says, Switch games I'm excited for are Maramasa and Citus 2 next year. I wish they port Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. Ain't gonna buy Switch 2 for books. That's $5 for books right there.
Switch, I want them to please port Mass Effect Trilogy, for the love of God, to Switch 2. I don't know why no one has done that. Nintendo, if you're listening, please do that. Thank you.
Get on that, Nintendo. I'm sure we do know that Shigeru Miyamoto watches our show, so that's good.
Correct.
He's the #1 fan of Side Scrollers. Dr. T is King helped us get a little bit closer to our Montez goal. Says, I thought the Nintendo Direct was pretty good, but I'm looking forward to Star Fox at the end of the month. $10 for books. By the way, trailer or a demo for Star Fox later today.
Ooh.
I think that'd be fun to check out as well. Game Hunter Serious says, my mom loved the Stellar Blade Blood Rain trailer and Eevee's character design. When I showed her the God of Laundry trailer, the look of disgust of seeing a talking cube, she knows God of War lore. $10 for games. All right, Phoenix, let's get a quick update real quick, please, if you wouldn't mind.
All right, we just got that in. Here we go. It is $102. Well, it's getting close. $102 for books, $143.98 for games. Which is better? Better medium, games or books?
All right, let us know. This can be a switch on a dime, if you will. Thank you very much, Phoenix. Appreciate that. Hayden Wayne just came in. My boy Hayden came in and says, just tried out Star Fox. It's great. Change it up to make it feel different, and you can switch to mouse controls in first person on the fly. Thank you, Hayden.
If Books
that.
wins, by the way, are we changing our name to Page Turners? you.
Ooh, that's a great spin-off
Thank you.
show. Yeah, that's a great spin-off show.
And we do a book club, and we start recommending books for people to read.
Labs, would you like to read? Would you like to be the host of Page Turners?
I mean, I'm already reading a book right now. Whenever I have a free moment, I'm reading.
I would not be the host of that show.
No, well, you don't know how to read anyway, so.
Nope. I'd be like, I read good book magazines. That's all I would add to
You
that.
probably read the magazines upside down. Or you just read the Playboy Bunny ones for their rich words.
For the I read it for the articles, Blabs. For the articles and the pictures. Yeah, it's good. We do have a quick side note here, as this will be Strawb's final show with us for the foreseeable future. Strawb, did you want to say what's going on?
Yeah, so thank you guys, first of all, for having me. It's been a really nice time. I've enjoyed all of the times. I am sad this is going to be my last stream on Side Scrollers. I have a big commitment in my life that's going to be taking up a lot of my time. So I unfortunately won't be able to be on Side Scrollers while you guys are live and stuff, so for the foreseeable future. But yeah, I had a really nice time. Rev will still be on, so you guys will still get to see him on Side Scrollers. But yeah, so thank you guys.
Well, Strawb, you're the best. You're awesome. And Rev, you better be extra great.
I gotta up my game. I gotta pick up the slack.
Yep.
I'm gonna be unfiltered. I'm gonna have no one watching me now. I'm gonna really
I love it
on Tuesdays.
I love it. Oh, it's gonna be great. All right, Rev Uncut. It's gonna be excellent. All right. So with that said, everyone go check out Strawb's channel. Go check out Rev's channel. The links to them are down below. I think it's a great place to wrap up today. Big show. Glad to be back. It's fun to get back into rhythm with you guys. Do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button. Would really. Especially on YouTube. Once again, we're in YouTube jail right now. It's YouTube probation. We got caught, Blabs.
I didn't do shit. Also, we have a finale to announce.
Sure do. Let's
almost
have an official
forgot that
winner.
one.
I am out of practice. Long live Liberty. Thank you so much for resubbing for 1 month over on YouTube. Let's see if we can have that Montez goal before we wrap it. Phoenix, let's announce an official winner.
Here we go. Will we be page turners? $102 for books, $143.98. It looks like we're going to have to settle for being the #1 podcast, gaming podcast on earth, because the winner, my friends, is in fact video games.
Let's go! To accept on behalf of video games as the greatest medium here is strawb.
I mean, it makes sense, right? We're on Side Scrollers, so good job, video games. Good job, chat.
Let it be known. Good job, chat. Good job, video games.
Yeah.
All video games. Just good job, guys.
Just good job.
Go
Everyone's
team.
doing so good.
10 Lee just came in with 10, says, this is for book and strawb. We will see you in 9 months and 10 days. Okay. Well, the book's lost. Sorry, Tinley. Came in a little late on that one. But yes, video games did, in fact, win. Soundmind says that is not a competition. No, in fact, it was a competition today. It was, and video games did win. So when people ask what is the superior medium, video game or books, they will look to today's show, June 9th, 2026, as the deciding factor of what truly is superior. All right, that is going to wrap it for today. Thank you guys very much for being a part of our life, allowing us to be a part of yours. It's good to be back hanging out with you guys. We've got a lot of stuff working on behind the scenes and look forward to sharing with you guys very, very soon. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out. Subscribe if you're new. And join us on a day-to-day basis when we're back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time with...
Melly!
She's somehow gotten even more stunning as the days go by with that mallet. Wow, love what she's done with her hair.
I will see you guys tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central Time with Mally Mouse. It's going to be a great show. Have a great rest of your day. And remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Have a great rest of your day. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Fatality. Oh, it was a
There
little
it
delayed
is.
wet one.
Yeah,